Quite like the letter T. Coach Doug Dickey knew that when he put it on the Volunteers football helmets in 1964. And since then, it has evolved into one of the most well-known symbols in college sports. We call it the Power T. And it's not just a logo, it's proof that the Volunteer spirit never stops growing. A message from Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company, and the official insurance of the Vols.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. Now Murphy catches up with Milan Bulldogs head coach Derek Carr.
Derek, you're entering your second year, or in the middle of your second year, I guess I should say, at Milan. How has that been so far?
It's been good so far. Milan's been good to us. My wife works here in the school. I got an awesome group of coaches here that I work with that are really experienced. Derek Morales is our defensive coordinator, and Noah Allen, our offensive coordinator. We also have Bobby Sharp, long-time head coach. We got a few other guys that are very experienced and very good coaches, and very thankful for the group I get to go to work with every day, as well as the kids we get to coach. We're very blessed here at Milan, to say the least.
When Bobby Sharp made the announcement that he was retiring and moving to Milan, I didn't think he'd stay off the sideline too very long. You've got a really good one there.
Coach Sharp's awesome. He's been an awesome addition to our staff. It's funny, the next coach that's closest to him is 42 years old, and I'm the next at 34. So we're pretty young, and we all learn from him daily.
I doubt there's anything that's happened on the football field that he hasn't experienced at one time or another.
That's right.
Tell me a little about your team. Is it senior oriented, or have you got a bunch of young kids in the lineup?
To be honest, we are. It's kind of a mixture. We have 6 starting sophomores on offense.
Oh my.
We got a pretty young offensively, and that's at quarterback, at running back, 2 wide receivers, and 2 offensive linemen. We have a few seniors mixed in. Carson Pruitt is a returner from last year. He plays wide receiver. He's played a little quarterback for us and plays defensive end on defense. But he had 14 touchdowns receiving last year, and he's just a really good athlete. Really good at catching the football in general in one-on-one situations, high football IQ. And we also have Carmelo Jones and Brennan Hudson that also carry the ball for us offensively. But defensively, one of our inside linebackers is DJ Graves. He's a senior. And then, a few other guys that are blue guys that do a really good job, really disciplined football players. Creed Williams does a good job for us up front on both sides of the ball. And, it's a good mixture of kids, to be honest, as far as, from sophomores to seniors. And, Bladen DePriest is another kid that is returned to us. He's a senior. He's a H-back tight end body, big, long kid. Great job blocking for us, and also is really good catching the ball from the tight end position. So, we're blessed to have a bunch of kids here that can play the sport, and we do have another sophomore starting on the defensive line. So, we probably got about seven total sophomores in the starting lineup. But, Jaden Pete is one of those sophomores that I believe could be a Mr. Football finalist. He plays running back for us. He's a Mike linebacker. He's the leading tackler on defense and our leading rusher and yards per carry on offense. So he does a little bit of wildcat for us at quarterback, and special kid. But again, he's just a sophomore, and I think he'll be a Mr. Football finalists, if not this year, in years to come.
Sounds like you've got the best of both worlds. Some energetic youngsters and some seasoned veterans who probably provide good leadership. I appreciate your time on the phone this morning, and hope things go well. I figure you guys are going to go deep in the playoffs, and maybe I'll get a chance to see you play there.
Sounds good. I appreciate you, Murphy. Thanks for all you do for the state.
Head coach of the Milan Bulldogs, Derek Carr. The Bulldogs are now 6-1 on the season, with wins at South Gibson, Chester County, Gibson County, Camden Central, Jackson Central Mary, and Adamsville. The only loss for the season came at Huntington. We'll keep it in the West as Murphy reviews the West and Division II. That's straight ahead on Murphy's Matchups.
You know, starting to save for your future doesn't have to be difficult. Let Wilson Bank and Trust help tone up your financial goals this year. Our certificates of deposits or CDs can help your money work harder with our competitive rates, earning you more than ever before. WBT checking options allow you to earn rewards you can really use, like a high interest rate or cash back on check card purchases when you meet some e-banking qualifications. Visit your closest Wilson Bank and Trust office or online at wilsonbank.com to get started today. Member FDIC.
The 2023 TSU Tiger football season is in full swing. Get your tickets now to join head coach Eddie George and your football Tigers at home in Nissan Stadium. Join us for exciting games, including our homecoming battle with fellow HBCU, Norfolk State, all culminating with a meeting with OVC Conference foe Tennessee Tech on November 18th. Get your tickets plus parking and tailgating passes at tsutigers.com/tickets or call 615-963-ROAR, 615-963-ROAR.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athletes. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit jodyjonesdds.com or call 615-259-5100.
You're listening to Murphy's Matchups. Week 8 by the numbers, 136 games are being played this week. 98 of those games will have teams facing regional opponents, and 21 games are non-Friday contests. And to review the West and Division II, once again, Murphy Fair.
Thank you, Doug. We'll go out west for our final segment of this week's show. Starting in West Tennessee at the 6A level, half of the teams in Region 8-6A are playing regional games, while the other half step outside the league for competition this week. In the region, I think Collierville wins at Cordova. Houston should get a nice win at home against Arlington, and I'm picking Germantown to continue its winning ways at home against Bartlett. Both White Station and White Haven are celebrating homecoming events this week. I think they both win, White Station against Kip and White Haven against Craigmont. In 5A, only 3 games involving 5A teams. I think Munford wins at home. They're entertaining Brighton. Memphis Central should win at home against Kingsbury. And Southwind, a team that's still on a hot streak, should win at Memphis Overton. In 4A, I'm picking Haywood to get a win at Hardin County. Obion Central should get back in the win column with a game against Fayette Ware. I'm picking Melrose to top Ridgeway, and I think Kirby wins against Memphis Business. In 3A, 3 games scheduled to be played on Thursday night. I think Sheffield gets a win when they clash with Douglas. I think Chester County should get a win against Freedom Prep, and I'm looking for Tresvant to get a mark in the win column against MLK Prep. On Friday night, I like Raleigh Egypt to beat Hamilton. Covington should top Liberty Magnet. Look for Westview to get a win at home against Bolivar Central. And look for Millington to win against Bolton. Finally in Memphis, I think Memphis East tops Lakeland Prep. 2 games with 2A teams playing on Thursday night. MASE should win against Oak Haven. And I'm looking for Mitchell to get a mark in the win column. They play Hillcrest. Other games involving 2A teams find Huntington at JCM. Huntington should have no trouble with a win there. I like Fairleigh to get a win at home against Bluff City, and look for Tresvant to win against MLK Prep. Finally in 1A, I'm picking West Carroll over Brewston. Dresden visits South Fulton, and look for the Lions to win big there. Gleason should get a home win against Humboldt. I like McKenzie to win at home. They're hosting Houston County. Middle College should win at Manassas. And I like BTW to win at Middleton. All three levels of Division II are also very light in the scheduled category because of fall break. In the east middle part of AAA, I think Innsworth wins at Father Ryan. Brentwood Academy should top Knoxville Catholic, that game being played in Brentwood. And I think Lipscomb Academy wins at MBA. In West Tennessee, I'm looking for Briarcrest to get a win over Wooddale. That game scheduled to be played on Thursday. In Division II AA, in the eastern part of the state, Boyd Buchanan should continue its winning ways at Lakeway Christian. The Warriors of White County should pick up a home win. They're playing CAK of Knoxville in Sparta. I'm picking Cannon County to win at Chattanooga Notre Dame. Knoxville Webb should top Knoxville Grace. And I think Signal Mountain gets a win at home against Silverdale Baptist. Extremely short schedules on tap this week for Division II AA, both in Middle Tennessee and West Tennessee, again because of fall break. One of those games scheduled to be played on a Thursday night. That's when Christ Presbyterian Academy plays host to Antioch. I think the Lions of CPA win that one rather easily. Davidson Academy should have no trouble. They are hosting Webb of Bell Buckle. I look for Davidson Academy to get a big win there. And I also think FRA, a team that has surprised a lot of folks this year, picks up another win. They are playing host to Battleground Academy of Franklin. Only 3 games scheduled in this classification in West Tennessee. I think Lausanne can score as many points as they want when they travel to St. Benedict and pick up a win. North Point Christian out of Mississippi should have no trouble with St. George's, and I think Ripley picks up a win against St. Benedict. In Division II Single A, especially in the MidState, several games scheduled to be played this week. Coach Paul Wade's DCA Wildcats should have no trouble this week. They travel to Clarksville to take on Clarksville Academy. Nashville Christian entertains Columbia Academy. I'm going with Nashville Christian in this one. Just a few years ago, Ezel Harding was playing 8-man football. Last year, Providence Christian out of Murfreesboro also was playing 8-man football. They're both playing in the big leagues with 11-man football now and face each other this week. I think Ezel Harding gets a win in that game, although it could be much closer than a lot of people might think. Franklin Grace will play host to Whites Creek. I think Whites Creek comes away with a win there. And York Institute of Jamestown makes the long trip to Lebanon to take on Friendship Christian. I think the Dragons, however, do come away with a win at Friendship Christian. Finally, out west, FACS travels to Westwood on Thursday night for a game. I'm picking FACS in that one. Tipton Rosemark is playing very well this year. They should win at home against Fayette Academy. I like Trinity Christian to get a win. They travel to Greenfield. And finally, Biggersville, Mississippi entertains Harding Academy. I'm picking Biggersville to win that game.
Thank you, Murphy. You've been listening to Murphy's Matchups with the guru of Tennessee high school football, Murphy Fair. Made possible by Farm Bureau Insurance and your local Farm Bureau agent. Until next week, get out and support your favorite team.
Welcome to the most exciting high school football coverage in Tennessee.
Still on his feet to the 10, to the 5. Oh, my goodness! He scored a touchdown! Oh, my!
Over 20 years of high school football coverage for Middle Tennessee. It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week.
40, 45, midfield. 45, 40, cuts back. He's got a chance. 30, 25, 20, 15, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. How about that?
Exclusively on your home for the best high school football coverage in Tennessee. WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station.
Handoff, it's a reverse. Looking to pass. They're looking for the quarterback. He is wide open. Touchdown!
The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is presented by
Strike and Spare Family Fun Center, Jackson Boone Racing, the Omni Nashville Hotel, Jody Jones Dentistry, and Southern Trophy House.
Here's your WNSR MidState Checkdown High School Football broadcast crew, Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
When you reach the 8th week of the regular season, most games are about position in the region or angling for a playoff spot. But sometimes they're just about bragging rights and winning. And that's the scenario we have tonight. The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week brings us to Williamson County for a matchup between Class 3A Fairview and Class 6A Independence. I'm Joe Fisher saying hello from the booth. Another beautiful night here at Independence High School in Thompson Station. Great to be joined, as always, by my broadcast partner, Jonathan Schaefer. Todd Berry, the best stat man in the business, is here as well. Adam Johnson is our producer-engineer. Let's start, Jonathan, with Class 3A Fairview. Yellow Jackets opened the season with 2 losses. They have now won 5 in a row with an offense that is about as young as any I can remember.
With this record that they have, Joe, 5-2, to have an offense, projected starters tonight, just 3 seniors, 6 sophomores, 2 freshmen in there as well. They're young, but they're good. Sophomore quarterback Jax McCoy, nearly 1,000 yards passing, 8 touchdowns, just 2 picks. Meanwhile, a balanced running attack. They have over 1,000 yards rushing as a team. Sophomore Trayvon Murray leads the way, just under 500 yards. However, the Yellow Jackets have 3 players with at least 5 rushing touchdowns apiece, and one of those few seniors that they have in Wendell Binghamsley has 6 rushing and 6 receiving scores.
They will certainly key with him tonight. Independence out of Class 6A is 4-3. They're 2-1 in their region. They have already had a number of close games, 3 overtime games, as a matter of fact. They are led by a senior quarterback who's probably more dangerous on the ground than he is through the air.
Yeah, this is a school I've had a chance to see already this season.
Yep.
Aside from their opener at Oakland, a game that was heard right here on WNSR, the Eagles have been extremely competitive all season, including an overtime loss to Centennial, a 2-point loss to Ravenwood, who only has 1 loss in the season. That quarterback you mentioned, Luke McNeely, over 400 yards passing, almost 350 yards rushing with 10 combined touchdowns. Now the Eagles, they're going to make it a point to run the football. They've got a 2-1 advantage of rushing over passing yardage, and defensively, they're physical.
Q and Will have the halftime scoreboard update for you coming up at halftime. Greg Pogue had a chance to catch up with tonight's head coaches, Chris Hughes of Fairview and Scott Stidham of Independence. We'll hear from them after this on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series Championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing.
When you want down-home cooking, just head downtown. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel serves traditional Southern cooking, sourced fresh and local, just like Grandma used to make. Start your day with a Southern smoked breakfast bowl or a Music City omelet. If you're looking for variety, hit the biggest breakfast buffet in Music City, or get your fill at the world-famous Biscuit Bar. Kitchen Notes dishes up lunch with traditional Southern tomato pie, country ham, and classic picnic ambrosia. Serving breakfast Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 10:30, and lunch is served 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Kitchen Notes doesn't forget the brunch crowd. Brunch at Kitchen Notes is every Friday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring cast iron pancakes, made-to-order waffles and eggs, and ice-cold carafes of mimosas. Enjoy farm-to-table Southern dishes made from treasured family recipes. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best. If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
We're joined now by Fairview coach Chris Hughes.
I like that we're getting better every week. You know, that's kind of the goal of the coaching staff, to get to the playoffs and be at your best that you've been throughout the season. And from week 1 to now, we are much improved football team. So every week we find another person to fill in somewhere, another person that's just going to help us on Friday nights. We're really young and playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and then, you know, have a couple of seniors that are, you know, kind of helping lead those guys. But we're just getting better every week and just doing what we do and trying to get ourselves up for a good playoff run.
Is that just getting experience and maturity?
The Friday night lights is no joke. Like, if you talk about a kid that hadn't been out there on a Friday night, and he was a really good JV player, and then this year, all of a sudden, week 1, he's starting, he hasn't been in that situation. So when it came, you know, that time, it's a lot of pressure and it's a different animal. And it took our guys a few weeks to get used to, hey, every play matters. Everything, every snap, you have to do your job for us to be successful. And I think the first week or so they thought we could just go out there, you know, and then, you know, get beat first week, get beat second week, and then we have a, you know, really heated meeting in the library. And I said, listen, guys, I don't care if we're young or not. We still have talent. We should compete for our region title. And since then, we've been on the roll. So, but getting better every week, even though, you know, we aren't the same team of old, the Fairview teams in the past, but we are a young, aggressive, and got a little bit of moxie that we're starting to build up to where, you know, they go out every Friday and play hard and give us a chance to win.
Certainly at 3A, a step up to play a 6A team on the road. What do you got to do to be successful?
Well, we've got to be able to move the ball and keep them from getting the ball, you know, and then, you know, with us keeping them off the field offensively and us controlling the ball a little bit. If we can't run the ball between the tackles, it's going to be a long night for us because their back end is really good. Their D-line is good. They're actually, Independence is good all over it. But here's the thing. I told our guys, you know, we're going to face teams like this in the playoffs. All this is going to do is get us ready. They need to see, you know, this kind of a team. And one of the reasons I schedule those kind of teams is so when we get to the playoffs, it's not the first time we've seen them. And and Independence is going to be real good. Another thing we're going to do to be successful is try to stop that triple option and play assignment football. If you don't do your job one play, they're going to house it. You got to take the dive, then you got to take the quarterback, then you got to take the pitch man. Easier said than done. So we'll see how we do, but we're practicing against it and trying to get ready, and we just got to play with a lot of effort and heart to have a chance to beat Independence.
Joy now by Coach Scott Stidham.
Oh, we've got a great group of seniors doing a great job of leading our team. Practice is fun with this group because they show up and they work hard and they're coachable. So that's exactly what you want as a football staff, and our coaches are enjoying being there. So it's a challenge. What we've been through, we've played a really difficult schedule, but we're in good shape as far as I believe we've mathematically made it to the playoffs, and we got 2 more region games coming after our bye week next week and fall break. So we still got a lot to play for, and hopefully we can be peaking in November.
Well, in that offense, we just heard Coach Hughes talking about it. Difficult to practice against. Tell me about your offensive philosophy.
Yeah, first of all, our offensive philosophy is to find something that matches our personnel, what kind of kids that we have that can do. And Luke McNeely's doing an outstanding job at quarterback for us. First time playing, he's a safety receiver, and continues to get better at what we're doing. But he threw the ball last week. We threw the ball for over 100 yards last week, so that's a dimension we're trying to add to what we do. But our kids are just getting better each week because they're so coachable and practice so hard. So we try to spread it out. We've got 6 skilled players, not counting those 5 offensive linemen that have really improved and made a big jump for us. So we want to get it to as many of them as we can, and the defense not know who has it.
Looking at Fairview, what do you need to do to be successful?
Fairview's good. They continue to get better. They're young. They've got a Division I player in Wendell. He's doing a great job. Number 2, someone we're going to have to know where he is when he's on offense, and he comes downhill defensively. We're going to have him blocked. But been really impressed with how they've improved throughout the year. They've got a lot of confidence coming in here on a 5-game winning streak. But as each week, it doesn't matter whether we're playing Oakland or whoever we're playing. We got to worry about us and take care of the football, create turnovers, and do the things that we need to do in our formula to win a football game on Friday.
This is the Greg Vogue and John Burton Show.
This is the first time I really think that Vrabel got totally outcoached by Stefanski and his staff.
There are a lot of questions about Stefanski and what kind of coach he is and what kind of an in-game adjuster he is, but I thought he did a fabulous job yesterday.
Once again, I just think they all got brain dead yesterday.
I was really surprised how the Titans let that game get out of hand.
Greg Vogue and News Channel 5's John Burton, WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
We all know that Nashville life can get hectic. In the middle of all the madness that is life, don't forget to take care of yourself. Treat yourself to Nashville's ultimate relaxation experience at Mocara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel. With services for men and women, Mocara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel is your one-stop shop for full-body treatment. Begin your experience in the exquisite relaxation room, then enjoy a full-body treatment or even a couples massage before finishing in the salon. Located on the 4th floor of the Omni Nashville Hotel, Mocara Spa is Nashville's highest quality self-care oasis. To book your experience or gain information on packages, call Mocara Spa today at 615-761-3600. Again, 615-761-3600. Or log on to theomnihotel.com. And with every booking, you'll have free valet parking and rooftop pool access to enjoy the Music City skyline. And through Labor Day, enjoy the 4th floor spa terrace for only $20. Mocara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athletes. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit JodyJonesDDS.com or call 615-259-5100.
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Jonathan Schaefer with color analysis. Now, down to the field with your first half coverage. Here's Joe Fisher.
The Independence Eagles on their homecoming, 4-3 overall, 2-1 in Class 6A Region 6. They won the toss. They're going to take the football to start this contest. Fairview, the Yellow Jackets, in Class 3A Region 6, 5-2. They are 2-0 in their region. Yellow Jackets have won 5 in a row. After losing at East Hickman County and Waverly Central, they've beaten Stewart County, Richland, Cheatham County, Creekwood, and Montgomery Central. Independence lost at Oakland, a game that Jonathan Schaefer called here on WNSR. Beat Page in triple overtime, followed that with an overtime loss to Centennial, then beat Franklin in 2 overtime. They basically played one more game because of that. Then wins at Beach, a loss to Ravenwood, and last week a win over Overton, 35-0. Independence blue jerseys, white numerals, white pants, gold helmets. They will move left to right as you listen on this homecoming for the Eagles. Fairview white jerseys, white pants with dark numerals and lettering with a bright yellowish helmet for the Yellow Jackets. And we're about set to get underway. It is an absolutely gorgeous night for football. On a turf field, very little breeze, and Fairview will put this ball into play. It is a bounding kick. It'll be scooped up at about the 7-yard line to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, 30, and boy, hammered it about the 34-yard line, laying a shot on the return by Torrey King, but that will start things off after the return of 25 yards, and Independence will start first down. Their quarterback is senior Luke McNeely, 26 of 47. That's right, he's thrown 47 passes. They don't put the ball in the air that much. 418 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's carried the ball 88 times for 344 yards. Clay Davis is their top running back, 331 on the season with carries, as well as Braden Needham with 268 yards on the ground. On first down, McNeely actually going to look for the home run ball. They go long man-on-man coverage, and that pass is caught inside the 30-yard line, downfield to the 28-yard line. That's Cam Howard, the senior. Jonathan, they run, and they dial up the long ball on first down for 38.
And a really good pass. He dropped it into the bucket. The defender was a step behind right off from the line of scrimmage, was never able to catch up. So if the ball was going to be on the money, we knew it would be a catch, and it was.
So they'll mark it down at the Fairview 28-yard line. This time they'll run it right up the gut, maybe a couple of yards, and that's about all on the handoff by Clay Davis. Clay Davis is the junior. This is a much more, Jonathan, you talk about how young Fairview is. This is a much more veteran offense for Independence.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. And actually, when you look at Fairview and defensively, that's where a lot of their seniors are on the defensive side of the ball. Independence, as you mentioned, they basically played an extra game this year with all the overtimes that they've been in. So they've had plenty of action so far.
Pistol formation on 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard gain. Handoff, Davis again tries the middle, pushes inside the 25 to about the 21-yard line as he runs into the middle at Fairview defense. It's an interesting alignment. The Trayvon Murray, the linebacker, makes the tackle. Probably a 3-4 technically, but they bring guys up on the line of scrimmage. They shuffle a lot of people around.
Yeah, it is a 3-4 technically, but you'll see those ends come around on the linebackers. There'll be a 5-man front. The Utes don't have the ones on the edge that are down in position, but 3-4 is their base.
Independence has converted 33% of their third downs this season. This is a 3rd and 2. They'll try Davis one more time. Oh, that ball's loose. It's fumbled on the ground. Let's see who got it. I think Fairview's got it. And I believe Fairview's got the football, and they do. Fairview has recovered the fumble as there was a mess up in the exchange, and the Yellow Jackets, with the turnover, will get the ball for the first time.
Oh, good hit on the play, too, for Fairview. Everything was going Independence's way. They had a good return, good field position, the bomb on the first play, and marching toward the end zone. Turnovers, they're a factor in every game, and especially in the game tonight where we think it could be a low-scoring affair.
Absolutely could be, and that will start now just about the 21-yard line. Fairview's quarterback is Jax McCoy. He is a sophomore in this very young offense. He rolls looking to throw on first down, fires to the flat, pass is caught, and the receiver slipped down and fell after a very short gain on the play.
Well, what I like about that, they went ahead and rolled out on first down. He went to the right. They had pressure coming right up the middle. And for only being a sophomore, showed plenty of poise right there, was able to deliver the pass to the sideline. Unfortunately, the receiver just fell down. Otherwise, he'd have got at least 2 or 3 more yards.
That was Wendell Billingsley, who's the guy you talked about on the pregame. 31 catches now in the year, 467 yards, 6 touchdowns. He is certainly their primary target. They split a receiver way wide out to the left. Fairview moving right to left as you listen on 2nd down and 9. Handoff and a big run up the gut to about the 30-yard line. Good, strong carry right up the middle on 2nd down. And that's going to bring up 3rd and very short. And Fairview's going to line up very quickly.
That was nothing more than your offensive line just won the battle up front, and they're able to stay ahead of the chains.
That was Murray with the carry, his first. 3rd down and a short 2. Ball is at the 30-yard line. They'll try Murray again, and I don't think so. Burton was there to make the stop, and it's going to depend on forward progress. He got a very favorable spot, Jonathan. It may be enough. Let's see.
It depended upon which official from which sideline
exactly
they were
right.
going to go with, because the one on the far side had him as a first down. The one on the near side said it was 4th down.
And that's walked it back now in a decision for Fairview. If they go for this on 4th down and 1, they are deep in their own territory. I think Fairview wants a measurement at least, and that's going to buy them a little bit of time.
Boy, where the down marker is right now, I thought he was further than that.
Well,
originally, I thought the spot was a little too generous.
I agree.
And now this time, I think it might be a little bit too far back.
Yeah, you were exactly right, though. The official on the far side was at about the 32-yard line, which would have clearly been a first down. The official on the near side came in and said, no, it's back to the 31.
And if you're a coach, it drives you crazy when you see a yard discrepancy between 2 officials.
They're about to stretch the chains here. I think it's going to be just short. And I mean
they're going to be short,
just short.
Well, you remember, what was it, the NFL game where they had an index card that they were able to put down? Yeah. That's about what it is.
I don't know if they were supposed to be able to do that or not, but it did get a lot of commentary. You're right. So now Fairview's lining up like they're going to go for it on 4th and inches in their own territory at the 31. 9:13 to go opening quarter. We are scoreless. And the Yellow Jackets under center. Quarterback sneak. I think he got it. I think penetration was enough for McCoy to get the first down.
Yeah, he was able to dive forward. Didn't have to get too much of a push from behind. And that's a situation, especially in the NFL, that's the old tush push that you can have now, the rugby scrum to move up the middle. They didn't need too much of a scrum. Good play by McCoy to be able to find a little lane, dive forward for the first down.
And this is not a real experienced line as well. Quinones and Lang and Davis, Rude and Sullivan, only one senior in that group.
But you look at the success they're having right now, Joe, how good they're going to be in 2 years with so many sophomores that are already starters.
5-2 coming into this game.
We saw that at Middle Tennessee Christian. You had numerous three-year starters on their squad.
First down for the Yellow Jackets. McCoy, the running back, slipped and fell, but got up and took the handoff, got back basically to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. It was Murray slipped in the backfield, went to one knee, got up and took the handoff, and at least got back to the line.
Yeah, it's interesting because now that's been twice that Yellow Jacket players have slid on this artificial surface and fallen. Fortunately for Murray, he was able to get up and get some positive yardage.
Actually got about a half a yard, almost a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. I formation behind McCoy. Play action fake. McCoy rolling right. Being chased. Dumps the pass. Oh, a nice catch. 35, 40-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. And there's a penalty flag down on the play.
And it is thrown way, way behind back at the 20-yard line with the head official.
Billingsley made the catch. Tackle was made by Eli Ballman, the safety, but the flag is back behind the play.
And originally when that ball was put in the air, Joe, I thought that was primed to be picked off where he threw it right back at the line, but good, accurate delivery.
Well, let's see.
There's a flag down.
Looks like they're going to aim to walk it off against Independence, and they are. Flag was all the way back, Jonathan, at about the 20-yard line, well behind the play. And they're going to walk this into Independence territory to the 45. It's unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Eagles. So Fairview makes their first trip into enemy territory there at the 45-yard line.
Just frustrating if you're Independence. You can't have a foul like that so far behind the play.
Really tight formation, handoff, tailback runs into his own man, then pushes forward with second effort. maybe a yard or so. Boy, he was stoned right there at the line of scrimmage. That was Murray with the carry. But, boy, he ran into Blaze Katina, the sophomore linebacker.
You know, one thing tonight when it comes to the matchup in the trenches, they're pretty evenly sized. We've seen some games this year where it's been very lopsided, but these two teams pretty well matched up.
Depth-wise, you would think the Eagles, a 6A school, would have quite an advantage in that regard as opposed to 3A Fairview, but we'll see. Second down, quick hitter, Murray up the middle. He is up in it after a nice gain. He pushes it down to about the 38-yard line. Tackle was made by, that is Steele Katina. There are a couple of Katinas on this defense.
That was a nice run. He took a shot right there to the quad and was able to fall forward. Nice inside trap play that time by Fairview.
I would think this is 4-down territory for the Yellow Jackets inside the 40-yard line. Ball is at the 38. This is a 3rd and 3. Man in motion, right to left, I formation. I thought the tailback was moving early. They handed him the football. Murray is going to get the handoff. And he's only going to get about a yard on the play. Brings up 4th down. I thought he had a running start, Jonathan.
I was wondering if maybe they'd go with some jet sweep or fly sweep motion that time. They came with the motion, but not the handoff.
Well, no hesitation. Yellow Jackets line up for it on 4th and 2, and this time shotgun formation. McCoy, pink spatted shoes, standing in that shotgun. Looking to the sideline. Play clock counting down. In fact, the play clock is at 0. It may not be operating because the play clock on this end is at 0. 4th down and 2. I don't think they have any intention of snapping it here. And the crowd's frustrated. They're trying to figure out how much time do you have. Fairview gets to call the timeout. They were looking at the same thing we were.
Right.
This play clock is not working to our right.
Since that clock was not working, I looked to the official and watched his hand, and he was counting it down, so they were operating the clock properly, and as you mentioned, Fairview decided to go for a timeout.
We'll take a quick one as well. 5:58 to go in the quarter. Scoreless on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series Championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Fairview nothing, Independence nothing. Fairview facing a 4th and 2 at the Independence 37-yard line, and the Yellow Jackets lining up to go for it after the timeout. McCoy in the shotgun, man in motion, Billingsley. They hand it to him on a jet sweep. He turns up. I think he's short. He was tackled shy of the 35, needed the 35 for the first down, and Independence is held.
The jet sweep I thought was coming on 3rd down, ended up coming on 4th down. Good job by Independence to make that stop. Just interesting to me they decided to go to that after coming out of a timeout and not use any kind of play fake.
And I've looked up, and there are 2 drones flying over the field tonight again.
That is becoming very customary, Joe.
So Independence takes over at the 36. Remember their opening drive, they got downfield but then fumbled the ball away.
Independence has a better TV on their sideline than I have in my house.
Yeah, they really do. Pistol formation, handoff. Davis pushes across the 40 to the 41-yard line, so a gain of about 5 yards on first down. This is their bread and butter. They just want to run the football.
Absolutely. The tackle made that time by sophomore number 22, Will Frank, and we're going to see a lot of linebackers when it comes to each defense tonight with base defense of 3-4.
Yep, they've got McCam and Frank and Wagner and Murray that all play linebacker on this Fairview defense. 2nd down and 4. Handoff on, actually a keeper after the fake handoff, and pushing forward is McNeely, and he'll have the first down out to about the 47-yard line. Well, that was good deception with the football. Billingsley made the tackle. They faked that jet sweep, and then McNeely took off up the middle with it.
Yeah, really good job on the run option. And from seeing him in the first game of the year, which was his first start of his career, to now, the maturation so far of McNeely is very evident.
First down from the 47-yard line. 2 receivers split to the right, pistol formation. They'll give across midfield to the 49-yard line. And that will get about 4 yards on the play.
And a good tackle because Murray was able to go in and make the play. Unfortunately, he got dragged for about 3 more yards. A good run.
Yeah, they gave Davis a little bit of a breather on that one. So after the gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. King is in at the tailback position. He had that carry a moment ago. They fumble the handoff in the backfield, and I believe Fairview's recovered another fumble, and they have. They tried the misdirection and the deception, and I believe it was recovered by number 8. That is Scotty Henderson, a junior cornerback. There's a lot of misdirection in this, and they just could not handle it cleanly.
It looked like Independence had fallen on the football and retained possession. Again, I don't know what the surface is like down there, but it seems very slippery because even trying to get the football on the turf, it slipped sliding away, and now for the 2nd time already, 2nd possession in a row, Fairview's been able to get a takeaway.
And this time they'll start in the Eagles' territory at the 44-yard line. McCoy rolls right to throw on 1st down, dumps into the flat, pass caught, and then a big hit put on at about the 43-yard line. Short gain on the pass reception to Murray. He'll get about 3 yards on the play.
It's 3 times now where they've rolled him out to the pocket. He's gone to the right every time. So either that's all he can do, which may be a possibility, or you want to try to set up something where you fake right and come to the wide side to the left and have plenty of open grass.
Yep, that is the short side of the field. Ball in the far hash mark, moving right to left. Fairview 2 turnovers by Independence here in this opening quarter. 2nd down and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Tie-dye formation, handoff tailback Murray. Nice weave through that first defender. Then he's brought down after the gain down to the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down. Leading that charge was Blaze Katina, the linebacker.
Well, at this pace, Murray's going to have 30-plus carries on tonight. He's been their entire offense so far.
Fairview not wasting any time. They line up pretty quickly. Murray already with 7 carries tonight for 18 yards. This is a 3rd and 5, and again, you got to think this is 4-down territory for the Yellow Jackets. Just inside the Independence 40-yard line.
Yeah, 1 for 2 so far in 4th down conversions.
Under center this time. Little misdirection, handoff, and a little end around, running across the right side. 1st down and more inside the 35 to about the 32-yard line on the gain and the carry by Caden Lee, the sophomore. 9 yards, and that's enough to move the chains.
Wondered when the misdirection would occur. It did. That time, though, they decided to go to the short side, to the far side. Got a 1st down. But it looks like they're bringing
it's
the
coming
ball
back. Yep,
Yeah.
I believe I see a flag at the 41-yard line. And it is a hold on Fairview. Austin McMullins is our referee tonight.
It's just odd to see these type of mistakes when you're in the 8th game of the season.
So that negates a 9-yard gain and a 1st down, and now we'll walk it all the way back close to midfield and bring up 3rd and 14 for Fairview.
And they are not an offense that is designed to convert on a play like this.
Well, they certainly will be looking most likely for Billingsley. He is their primary target, 31 receptions on the year.
Yeah, he's got 12 touchdowns total, 6 on the ground and 6 through the air.
3rd and 15. Ball from the 49-yard line of Independence. McCoy rolling right again, Jonathan, and he throws this one down the far sideline. Incomplete. He was looking for Billingsley, and it was at the 30. He stayed in. It would have been enough for a 1st down, and he had him, but he led him just a little bit too much.
Not a well-thrown ball. He's done a good job so far tonight throwing the football. That time led him too much, faded into the sideline. His receiver was open, was right there on the boundary, but they couldn't convert.
This might be a quick kick here. Quarterback in the shotgun on 4th down from near midfield, I would think, and he's going to now drop back into punt formation. But you have to pay attention. He is the quarterback. McCoy kicks this one a low bounder. Is going to go inside the 20, trickle inside the 15, and roll dead at about the 13-yard line. That's where Independence will start 1st down with 2:13 left in this 1st quarter after a punt of 36.
And that's why you line up like that, because they're not sure what to do. They didn't have anybody back. The quarterback doesn't have to have a tremendous punt. He's just got to be able to get it down there.
Just
let
get it
roll.
over the line. That's what you have to do.
And let it bounce, and a good job for them to where Independence is now inside their 20 to start the drive. Already turned it over twice.
I was going to say 6A Eagles have had it twice. They fumbled the ball away twice. They will start inside their own 15-yard line on 1st down. Hand off to the tailback. Davis stays on his feet, pushes out to about the 24-yard line. Nice gain on 1st down, running over that left side.
Another flag down, I believe.
Chambers with the tackle, but let's see where that flag.
I think it's a hold coming up.
That may explain the hole over that left side.
That flag was thrown right into the line.
Well, you mentioned it, Jonathan. It's for the 8th game of the season. Both teams really sloppy. Block in the back, I believe, is the call instead of a hole. But nonetheless, that's going to negate a very nice run by Davis. And we'll walk it back inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
And it's just Independence already with 2 turnovers, and now you have first and very long after an illegal block. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot.
So in the pistol, McNeely with a man in motion left to right. McNeely a little inside, almost a shuttle pass, and nice open field tackle after a very short gain as it's out to about the 13-yard line.
That's a brave
on the reception by Romine.
Considering how much difficulty they've had distributing the football so far behind the line of scrimmage, just to have that little inside shovel pass.
Well, at least I guess if you drop it, it's an incomplete pass, technically, or at least you hope that's how the officials see it.
Well, you also hope the defender's not there reading the play,
That's
too.
That's true. 2nd down and 10. 90 seconds left to go in a scoreless first quarter. McNeely looking and rolling left, looking downfield, fires a pass incomplete. It was a little low. It was at the feet of Cam Howard and brings up 3rd down.
Don't think the best decision that time by McNeely. He had plenty of room. He just needed to turn it upfield. He would have had a very nice gain. Instead, he decided to go for the pass underneath, and it was incomplete. So maybe that time, not the best of decisions by the quarterback.
And it's not like he doesn't like to run the football. He's carried it 88 times this year for well over 300 yards.
He's got pretty good speed coming out of that position.
But now facing a 3rd and 10, 1:17 left in this first quarter. Yellow Jackets defense hoping to make a stop here and hopefully get good field position after a punt. McNeely looking to throw, being flushed, now steps up, fires near side, finds Romine, pass caught 25, 30, 35, and a big first down. He eluded the rush, Jonathan, and found Romine hooked up down here on the near side.
I'm glad you mentioned that. His pocket presence that time was able to slide over, step up, found some space, made the throw. I think he made amends for the previous play on that one to get the first down.
22 yards on the catch and run. And a first down pushes it out to the 35-yard line. Romine only had 2 catches on the season coming into this game.
Let's not neglect a very nice yards after catch on that play.
Hand off on a jet sweep running left to the 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, and finally dragged down inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. That's Braden Needham, the senior, with a 26-yard run.
Don't be surprised if they go back to that in this game because they had the Fairview defense completely fooled, had the other backer that was in motion to set the lead block, got plenty of speed. Very nice call that time.
Needham came in, 51 carries, 268 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. That one was for 26. And on first down, this will be a keeper by McNeely, and he's going to be dragged down after a gain of a yard or so. And being helped up, McNeely helped up the guy that tackled him as he helped Murray up.
Yeah, that was basically just a triple option play on that one. Decided to go ahead and keep it himself and try to go up the middle of the field.
Well, a scoreless first quarter. Mistakes on both sides have kept it scoreless. So it's Fairview nothing, Independence nothing as we head to the second on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
First play of the second quarter, Independence with a little misdirection, handoff to Needham. who's going to push it inside the 35. Fairview says they've got another fumble, and they do. Third fumble recovery of the night for the Yellow Jackets.
That's remarkable. I don't know if I've seen 3 fumbles like that on back-to-back-to-back possessions. Independence has turned it over every time so far.
Had a nice gain. Needham went around the right side but got stripped before he hit the ground. And well, I don't know if that's something, Jonathan. We'll talk about it after this first play. First down for the Yellow Jackets from their own 32-yard line. McCoy with a handoff to Murray, who is hit hard and falls forward to about the 37-yard line. Ballman with the tackle. Boy, you wonder, Jonathan, if that's something that coaches didn't see in game film and say these guys don't protect the football. When you tackle, go for the strip.
Well, what's been interesting is that actually the fumbles have been kind of their own making.
Yeah.
It hasn't even been so much of contact or stripping the football away. That time it was, but the first 2 was because the distribution wasn't good.
Gain of 5 on that carry by Murray, who came in with over 400 yards rushing on the season. He's going to get another try here up the middle. That's actually Harrison. Harrison across midfield to the 43-yard line. Harrison is a freshman, but he is a big-bodied back. He's got some beef on him and a little acceleration and a nice gain of about 20 yards on the carry.
Yeah, freshman, but listed as running back, much more of a fullback with that type of size.
But he came in with 269 yards rushing on the season. He'll get the carry here again. This time, good defense by Independence stepping in. Latina, those linebackers, Pickering, Duarte, who's their leading tackler, all there for a gain of a couple of yards.
And I think if you have Harrison and Murray, and you can get a rotation of them because they have 2 different skill sets. You've got power with Harrison, more of the speed with Murray.
McCam is the fullback, technically. He is in the backfield as they will make substitutions, will the Yellow Jackets, on 2nd down and 9.
Though it's one of my favorite names of the year, Kenyon McCam.
Kenyon McCam. Reminds me of Racy McMath.
That's right.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. 10 minutes to go in a scoreless first half. In the shotgun, McCoy gives on the handoff. Billingsley tries the left side, makes a nice cut inside the 40 to the 35, about a yard shy of the first down. He went laterally, Jonathan, put a foot in the ground, and then turned up and made something of it.
No doubt about that. That was all Billingsley on that play. Again, very versatile. Have no problem putting him in the backfield and running the football. Can catch the football as well. Probably their most versatile weapon on offense.
Now, Fairview's 0 for 3 on 3rd down. This is the shortest opportunity they've had. This is 3rd and a yard from the Independence 34-yard line. McCoy gives, handoff. Second effort's going to get it for Murray. He was stopped in the backfield, but then broke that tackle, turned upfield, and pushed it to the 30, and a first down for the Yellow Jackets.
After initial contact, I thought there was no chance he was getting the first down, Joe. So good play by him. Step to his left, was able to go up and gain about 4 yards.
So Fairview tried to take advantage of the 3rd Independence fumble of the night. They've had opportunities. They've been in Eagles territory quite a bit tonight. On first down, McCoy in the gun. Hands off, not much there, maybe a yard or so. Good pursuit by the defense.
Yeah, 2 linebackers just dive-bombed into the backfield, but they weren't able to make the tackle.
So 2nd and 9 after the very short gain. Billingsley is interesting. He's listed as a wide receiver, but he lines up in the backfield about half the time. That's where he is right now. Man in motion left to right on 2nd and 9. They'll give it. Billingsley tries the right side. Boy, he went nowhere. He got lifted up and planted all the way back at the 32-yard line. That was tremendous defense by the near side of that Independence front. That was Bowman, the safety who came up. He was not fooled at all, and he had a couple of teammates there to help.
I just wonder why you don't have Billingsley in motion more often and have him be a decoy at times. You can hand off on the fly motion as well. Get some more pre-snap motion going on offense.
3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Independence 30-yard line. McCam is the running back, standing to the right shoulder of McCoy. Play clock is inside 5. I see the back official with his hand in the air. McCoy takes the snap. Rush is coming. Ball is loose. Ball is loose. It's about the 40-yard line. Let's see who's got it. Independence says they do. And the answer is it stays with Fairview. It is a sack and a loss back to the 37.
Left tackle on that play just got blown up from Jump Street. Soon as that ball was snapped, Independence blew it up.
So 4th down, Fairview lines up immediately. And I think this is another opportunity for McCoy to punt the ball away. And now he'll step back into punt formation. Independence will send back someone. He's angling it toward the near side. It bounces at the 10. It rolls inside the 5 and out of bounds. That's very well done. It doesn't have to be pretty, but it's very effective. 32 yards and out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
That's a very good weapon to have. It just gives you options when you have a quarterback that's able to do that. And now Independence is going to be their worst field position start to the game. And Joe, you want to talk about momentum. They've been able to go on drives. They've had plays, but they have fumbled it away 3 straight times.
50 yards rushing for Independence, 65 through the air, but 3 turnovers negates all of that. Tomorrow, Prep Football Talk, 8 to 9 o'clock, right here on WNSR. That's followed by the JBKB podcast. John Burton, Keith Bullitt. TSU at Kennesaw State tomorrow at 1:30. Back at the 6-yard line, 1st down, handoff. In fact, a keeper all the way back near the goal line. Fairview thinks it might be a safety. It will depend on where they spot that football. It looks like they're going to give him progress out of the end zone back to the 1. Boy, there was a lot of misdirection. Fairview's defense was not fooled at all.
And not even the 1, more like the half-yard line. It is in the shadow of their end zone.
Well, when they brought the receiver or the runner down, he was in the end zone, but they gave him progress to the 1. 2nd down and 15 in the end zone. Handoff, tailback tries the left side. Davis with a hole out to the 17. And that's going to be very close, and I believe will be enough for a 1st down. It depends on the spot. And I believe that will be a 1st down.
That was a big enough hole at the line of scrimmage that if he can get away from 1 tackle, he might be going 99 yards. It was that close from being a huge play.
So Davis with the carry now, 4 carries for 30 yards on the evening. That was a big one. That got him out of the shadow of the end zone. High snap, McNeely. Hands off up the middle. Once again, 2nd effort pushing forward to about the 24-yard line. On the carry, that is Davis.
That was almost a disaster again with the high snap because he had to bring it down and then the handoff while in motion. There was just a lot going on.
Lee was there to help with the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, but a nice gain of about 7 yards on 1st down. Independence has had the ball 3 times. They have fumbled it away all 3. Pistol formation with a man in motion. McNeely's going to keep. He'll try the right side. He'll be collared. Billingsley's going to finish off the tackle at about the 30 with some help from his teammates. Chambers, the other safety, was there, but it's enough for an Eagles 1st down.
Once again, that triple option where you can go up the middle. You've got a guy behind you in terms of the running back, and another man in motion decided to go right up the middle.
Ball spotted right at the 30-yard line. Eagles in those dark blue jerseys with white pants and numerals and gold helmets moving right to left. Man in motion on 1st down. McNeely with play action, looking long, looks downfield, has a man, wide open, catch is made at the 33-yard line. Cam Howard with the catch, and if he hadn't stumbled, Jonathan, he'd still be running.
Well, not only that, the ball was just a little off the mark. The receiver was able to get it, but not in stride. He had to stutter step to get the catch, so potentially a touchdown taken off the board there in terms of they weren't able to connect well enough.
37 yards on the catch. 1st down for the Eagles. Handoff, King, big hole right up the middle, bursts up the middle, runs to the end zone. Touchdown, Independence. He was untouched, got a great hole right up the gut and hit it in full stride.
And that's set up because of the previous play where they have the success on play action to take it downfield. Now you have to respect the passing game. Wide open hole in the middle, and he was gone.
30 yards on the touchdown run for King, his 3rd of the season. And that sets up Majewski for the extra point. He is a perfect 22 for 22 this season. And the kick is up And it is good. Make it 23 for 23. I was hoping I didn't jinx him. 4:30 to go first half. Independence on the board. 7-0 over Fairview on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Independence will kick this ball away. It is a short, high kick, angling to the far side, fielded on the run at the 20, and hit at the 32-yard line where Fairview will start first down, trailing now 7-0 after that return on the short kick, a 12-yard return after that kickoff was offered up and returned by Grady Jean. Talk about balance, Jonathan. Independence 102 yards rushing, 102 yards passing.
And more passing yards than we thought they might have for the entire game, because this is not an offense that goes to the air very often, but they have had tremendous success already with play action on 2 deep balls.
Well, they average 59 yards per game passing.
So they've almost doubled it up already.
First down for the Yellow Jackets from their own 32-yard line, trailing 7-0. McCoy under center will give, and Billingsley once again slips down, trying to make a cut to the right side and a gain of about a yard or so. We have seen a number of players tonight that have slipped down. There's no rain. There's no dew. It's a little cooler. It's a nice turf surface, but a couple of guys have had trouble finding their footing.
Well, I think Independence have 13 in the field right now. 12 is the people in the stands. 13 is the field itself. That's tackling the Yellow Jackets. 3rd time already tonight where they've been impeded.
Gain of only 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9. McCoy once again under center. Hands off, tailback over the left side. That's Billingsley. He'll push it out to about the 37-yard line.
And one thing we've seen from Fairview tonight, actually one thing we haven't seen, that explosiveness, that straight line explosiveness. We've seen that a lot this season with some of the games that we've called. It's a nice offense for Fairview, but they're not going to be able to streak away from anybody. They've got to create big holes and hold those blocks.
Katina and Holloway combined for the tackle. Fairview 1 for 5 on 3rd down tonight, facing a 3rd and about 5 right here. Clock running, 3:15 to go in this first half. Independence leading 7-0. McCoy under center. Rolls right, looking to throw. Now Plants being rushed, being chased, being sacked. Well, he got leveled. He got absolutely leveled on a big hit, and there's a penalty flag that might be for the reaction after the big hit. Katina put on the hit, but may have overreacted.
I think there might be taunting coming up in this situation, just because he had the quarterback sack and then just obliterated one of the offensive linemen after the sack.
After the sack,
yeah.
Yep. And that's going to be a costly penalty, and that's going to give Fairview a first down.
He just couldn't contain his emotions.
Yep.
It's understandable. I get it, because he made a huge play. But you got to keep your cool in that situation. It was that second hit in which he popped the offensive lineman and then flexed. That's what got the call.
Yeah, it was big because the play was over and well over when he put the hit on the offensive lineman. But that's going to walk it now to midfield, right in the center of the field. So the Yellow Jackets will take advantage, or at least try to take advantage.
I know there are home fans that don't like the call. That call's going to get made 10 times out of 10.
Every time. 3 penalties, 37 yards on the Eagles. Clock running, 2:40 left in the half. Fairview first down from midfield. Quick hitter and a quick response by the middle of that Independence defense. Burton with the first hit. Katina there as well, and a little bit of chippiness now after that particular play.
Usually you have that in the second half, not in the first half. One of my notes that I had before the game that we mentioned, Joe, what we learned earlier this season with Independence, this defense is physical, and that's what we are seeing, especially on this drive.
Gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Fairview has 2 timeouts remaining. Clock running, 2:08 left in the half.
2nd and 9 from the 41.
From the 49-yard line, man in motion. They'll hand it to him on a jet sweep. That's Lee. Runs into his own man, bounces outside, and gets about 3 or 4 yards before he's run out of bounds at the 46. Ran into his own man, an offensive lineman back near midfield, had to bounce off of that. Found a way to get at least 4 yards before he got out of bounds.
I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but there they used the motion. They had the jet sweep, and the runner was still able to get about 4 or 5 yards despite running into his own offensive lineman.
Let's call it 3rd and 6. Ball is at the 46 of the Eagles with 1:52 left to go. Remember, Independence still has all 3 of its timeouts as well. That could factor in here. McCoy on 3rd down. They'll hand it to Lee again. Lee tries to run left. He is cut off, and he's forced out of bounds after maybe a gain of about a yard. They keep running, Jonathan, to the short side of the field. They try that short side. There was nowhere to go.
And not only that, the ball's getting handed off 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. You're not trying to gain just 6. You're trying to gain 12 in that situation.
Now, he didn't go out of bounds. Clock continues to run. I thought Independence might use a timeout here. They're letting the clock run as well on 4th down and 5.
That's a good point, Joe.
1:20 left in the half. I thought they would take the timeout here. Fourth and 5. Ball spotted at the 45-yard line of Independence. Lee in motion right to left. McCoy in the shotgun. And now a whistle and a timeout is taken. Or did they get a delay of game?
Delay.
It was a delay of game. I got to admit, Jonathan, I'm a little surprised. I thought Independence would take a timeout with over a minute and a half left. But they opted not to do so.
Especially since they've been able to complete the deep ball twice in the first half.
Now, with that walk-off, it'll go back to midfield. Fairview will drop back to punt. And the Eagles will have all 3 of their timeouts left to work with in the final moment of the half. So this time the official punter is in the game. He drops the snap. That ball is loose on the ground. It's still loose. It's back and fumbled and recovered at the 30-yard line. Independence is going to have great field position as the punter, Adams, just dropped the snap and then could never come up with it.
It is surprising how many times we've seen players get tripped up on the turf, have just dropped the football, the muffed exchanges. Considering the weather conditions are perfect, it's late in the season. For these problems to be occurring this late in the season is really surprising.
It's interesting. Adams is the usual punter. It's the first time he's punted tonight. The quarterback has handled it up until now. Well, Independence with the short field. Again, 3 timeouts remaining, 53 seconds left in the half. King will take the handoff. He'll run left to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Once again, King lights them up for the score. Takes it the distance, 31 yards.
Found the seam, hit it. We mentioned how Fairview lacks that type of explosiveness. Independence does not.
Well, turnovers have been the story of this game, no doubt about it. Independence had 3. Fairview could not cash in on any of them, and now a huge one by Fairview and Independence on one play. The 31-yard scoring run by King has made it 13-0 with the extra point to come here from Majewski. And his kick is up, and there is a whistle before the kick went up. And it was an offsides as Fairview jumped the gun a little bit. Encroachment called. So let's see now with that penalty whether some of the players started at the sideline, Jonathan, for Independence like they thought maybe they would go for 2 now after the penalty, but it looks like they've decided to just go ahead and go for 1. Again, Majewski 23 for 23 at extra points this season. And Fairview tried to kind of guess the snap count and was a little bit quick. This time the kick is up, and it is good. Huge move for Independence with 45.7 left in this first half. It's 14-0 Eagles on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
It's the NFL on Sports USA, and we're in the Mile High City as the New York Jets fly into Denver to take on the Broncos. The Broncos and Russell Wilson can gallop into the end zone with Williams, Sutton, or Jerry Jeudy.
Touchdown, Denver, Jerry Jeudy.
Gang Green has Hall and Cook in the backfield, and making catches, the dynamic Garrett Wilson. It's the Jets at the Broncos this Sunday on Sports USA.
Coverage begins at 3 p.m. live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Couple of touchdown runs for sophomore Torrey King. Has Independence leading 14-0 over Fairview with 45.7 seconds left in this first half. Turnovers have really been the story. Independence has fumbled the ball away 3 times. Kickoff is in the air, and it is fielded at about the 15 to the 20 to about the 24. And
Fumble.
There's a scramble once again. The football apparently loose at the 24, but I believe this time Fairview got it back. You're right, though, Jonathan. It's a perfect night to play. It hasn't rained, nothing like that, but they are having difficulty, both teams hanging on to it.
And it's been hard hitting, but really a lot of these fumbles have not been initiated by contact, or at least not heavy contact.
Yeah, Fairview has fumbled the ball twice, got them both back. The miscue was on the snap to the punter, who could not field it cleanly and turned it over at that point. Let's see if Fairview, with 38.9 seconds left, maybe just tries to get to the house here at halftime. McCoy under center. Hands off Murray. Big hole up the middle, upended at the 35-yard line. He got submarined there by Steele Katina, but a big run up the gut. And I would think Fairview might consider the timeout here, and they will, with 33.5 remaining.
And Steele Katina's had a nice game so far for Independence. And you mentioned just that submarine tackle there. When you get somebody with that low center of gravity, you got to hit him there just above the knees.
So Murray now 11 carries, 41 yards for Fairview. And with that gain out to the 37, the timeout taken and an opportunity to see what you can do. They'll have one timeout remaining with 33.5 seconds to go. Coming up Sunday, the Sunday morning scramble. Greg Tonjes and Corey Harris. That's from 8 to 10 o'clock on WNSR. And then later on in the day, NFL action, the Jets and the Broncos. The Zach Wilson saga continues.
That's going to be interesting.
Yes. Both those teams kind of got a bit of a saga going on, don't they, right now?
It's not going well.
No.
Sunday morning scramble.
I tell you
I
what.
like it with my eggs, plenty of sausage.
Absolutely.
Even throw some mushrooms in there.
First down. McCoy to throw. Has time. Fires long over the middle, incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver. Was looking for Caden Lee. 27.5 seconds to go.
Well, play action. He had the fake. He was never going to hit his receiver with that throw. The moment it came off his hand, it looked like it was going to go over the target. And the only way that receiver was going to be open is if you threw him open.
Right.
Wasn't that type of a pass to do it.
Second down and 10 with 27.5 left to go. McCoy is 3 for 5 passing for 13 yards. Neither of these teams would have been described as prolific offensively coming into this game.
And to see the score 14-0 is not surprising.
Right.
As you mentioned, we thought it'd be a lower scoring game. We didn't expect 4 turnovers combined between the two teams.
Second and 10. McCoy gives on the delay. Murray across the 40, 45, hard running close to midfield. Boy, he's getting it done. That's going to be another first down. That'll stop the clock with 20.8 seconds left. Fairview still has one timeout remaining. Now they rewind the clock.
They're going to have to find a way to take a shot here, Joe.
Fairview under center. Boy, they let some time run away. They give on the delay once again. Murray stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. That's about all. That's probably going to end the half as the clock continues to run. And now timeout is taken with 3.1 seconds left.
Right.
I mean, all you're doing at that point is saying, let's line up and heave one toward the end zone, I think.
They just didn't manage the clock real well on the last play.
Let a lot of time, it took time to get to the line of scrimmage, number one, and let a lot of time run away before deciding to use that timeout.
Well, and you run a delay. Just not going to pick up much in that situation.
Well, you know, Independence was playing back in a safety, prevent kind of defense anyway, so. Here's a Fairview team. It's won 5 in a row coming in. Remember, this is Class 3A Fairview, Class 6A Independence, both in Williamson County.
And that's the thing. You look at 3A, they have played really well. This is a team as young as they are, and we mentioned that in the pregame, a ton of sophomores that you hope turn into 3 and possibly some of them even 4-year starters by the end of their career. To have won 5 in a row, performing well in the region. Fairview's doing a good job, and you know what? Because of the turnovers, they're hanging in there right now. 14-0's not insurmountable for them.
That's the important thing for Fairview to remember. They're 2-0 in the region. They've got a lot of football potentially in front of them. Well, with 3.1 seconds remaining after that final Fairview timeout, they moved the ball. They had the ball back at the 48. It's supposed to be at the 49, so they made that adjustment.
Moved it a whole yard.
You never know. It could make all the difference. McCoy going to throw. Slot receiver Billingsley makes the catch. Now they're looking to lateral the ball. There's nowhere to throw it, and that's going to wind up the first half. They were trying to set up maybe a hook and lateral or something like that. It went to the middle, but nonetheless, Independence will go to the locker room with a 14-0 advantage. And hopefully we'll have an opportunity to visit very quickly with the head coach. And I believe we can. Scott Stidham, I believe, is going to join us here in just a moment. It'll be an interesting locker room. I believe Coach Stidham is with us now. Coach, certainly not the most beautiful first half, but at least you go to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, we'll take it. You know, we had three turnovers, and that'll get you beat by anybody. So fortunate to be ahead for sure.
The play action has been very successful here for you tonight, Coach. 2 deep, long balls and already exceeding your game average in the air.
Yeah, Cam Howard's worked really hard to develop as a blocker. It's sure nice to reward him with some long passes, and Luke completed it. We just got to play a whole lot better this half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
At halftime, I would imagine the locker room will be a pretty straightforward discussion.
Yeah, you're up 14-0, which is good, but way too many mistakes in terms of the turnovers and also penalties. Independence needs to clean it up and clean it up quick.
We will talk about that. It's homecoming here for Independence, so they will have their homecoming festivities coming up during halftime. It's 14-0 Independence over Fairview. Stay with us on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is at the heart of Music City. Located within walking distance of the Country Music Hall of Fame, Bar Lines at the Omni is your downtown honky-tonk destination. Watch your team from any seat on their plentiful HD TVs and catch a live show on the Bar Lines stage featuring live music 7 days a week. Bar Lines has the ultimate Southern comfort food. Get started with classic fried green tomatoes or bourbon barbecue wings. Then it's on to the massive Smashville double stack or the world famous Bar Lines grinder. Oh, you've never heard of the Bar Lines grinder? 2 kinds of cheese, lettuce, Dijon, smoked turkey, smoked bacon, smoked ham. Now that's some smoke you want. Local brews and local spirits are on tap at Bar Lines. Take a seat on the patio outside and soak up the rhythm of Music City. Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athlete. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit JodyJonesDDS.com or call 615-259-5100.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series Championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Halftime from homecoming at Independence High School in Williamson County from Thompson Station. Joe Fisher, Jonathan Schaefer, Todd Berry, Adam Johnson with you. 14-0 Independence. The homestanding homecoming Eagles with the lead. turnovers were a factor for both of these teams, although technically Fairview's turnover was not a fumble. It was just a turnover on downs after a fumbled snap on the punt. But 14-0 in favor of the Eagles. And, Jonathan, they had 3 fumbles in their first 3 offensive possessions.
I don't know if I've ever seen that, Joe, at any level. They had those 3 fumbles, and really this is a team that's up 14-0, could be up 21-0, 28-0, because they were driving down the field and they were in position to score with their drives. They were doing well offensively. What I've liked from them tonight, they've had a very balanced offense. At one point, it was 102 yards rushing and 102 passing. They're doing a very good job with play action. But if you can't hold on to the football, none of the rest of that matters.
Well, it was 102 and 102 until they handed the ball to King again for a 31-yard touchdown run. So at halftime, Independence 133 rushing, 102 passing. And as you mentioned earlier, 102 passing is almost double their game average for the season. 9 first downs. The key for Independence, and I'm sure for Coach Stidham in the locker room, 3 fumbles, and they lost all 3 of them, or this game could have been much different.
Not only that, penalties. They've had a couple of big penalties, too.
3 penalties, 37 yards on Independence. Fairview, 68 yards on the ground, 21 passing, 3 penalties, 16 yards. They put the ball on the ground twice as well, but got both of those back. Individually for Independence, Clay Davis, 5 carries, 36 yards. King has been the offensive star, 4 carries, 63 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
I think he's your leader right now to possibly be the player of the game. When he's been able to get the ball and hit the corner, he's been gone.
McNeely, 4 for 5, passing for 102. For Fairview, Murray, he's been solid, 13 carries, 53 yards. He's been about it offensively. McCoy, 4 for 6, passing for 21 yards. I think we expected lower scoring. That's what we got. It'll be curious to see what these teams do to come out for the second half.
You just wonder if Fairview has enough offense, because they had enough opportunity, plenty of opportunities in that first half because of the turnovers, but they could not capitalize on it.
Well, the homecoming festivities continue. The court being presented here to the crowd at Independence. We'll take a break. We'll head to the studio. Q and Will get you updated on all of the halftime or the high school action around the Mid-State. It's 14-0 Independence on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best. If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
It's the NHL season opener on Sports USA, and we're in the City of Lights as the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights host the Seattle Kraken. The Kraken will bring skaters like Shore, Gord, and Belmar to fire the puck. The Knights will defend the fortress with Aiden Hill between the pipes. It's the NHL opener with the Kraken at the Golden Knights this Tuesday. On your home for the NHL playoffs and Stanley Cup, Sports USA.
Coverage begins at 9 p.m. live on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
When you want down-home cooking, just head downtown. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel serves traditional Southern cooking, sourced fresh and local, just like Grandma used to make. Start your day with a Southern smoked breakfast bowl or a Music City omelet. If you're looking for variety, hit the biggest breakfast buffet in Music City or get your fill at the world-famous Biscuit Bar. Kitchen Notes dishes up lunch with traditional Southern tomato pie, country ham, and classic picnic ambrosia. Serving breakfast Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 10:30 and lunch is served 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Kitchen Notes doesn't forget the brunch crowd. Brunch at Kitchen Notes is every Friday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. featuring cast iron pancakes, made to order waffles and eggs, and ice cold carafes of mimosas. Enjoy farm to table Southern dishes made from treasured family recipes. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week will continue shortly. Now, here's your scoreboard update from the Strike and Spare Family Fun Center studio.
Q Joseph, can you believe it has been 8 weeks of TSSAA High School? Yeah, say that fast 3 times. Of TSSAA High School football, and we are 2 weeks away from obviously it being the end of the regular season. You and I both know that around this time, teams know where they're going.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these teams know where they're going. Most still have an opportunity. Some have lost their opportunity. And some feel like they have one.
Well, like we talked about 3 weeks ago, you're seeing teams who have their personality now, at least for this year. You're seeing teams who, you're either a winning team, a losing team, or you're still a scraggly fighter. But yeah, 8 weeks in, you're seeing the teams who you can have a sure bet on they're going to make it to the postseason.
And we talk about that. We say all that to say this. This leads us into our WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week, Fairview and Independence. Independence, a 6A school. Fairview, 3 classes down. They're a 3A school. But they're giving Independence everything they can handle and then some. This Yellow Jackets team is coming in on a 5-game winning streak. Both of these teams riding high. Indy coming in 35-0 win over John Overton last week. But I think the biggest thing to me that sticks out to this game, and we'll get into some scores in just a second, Fairview with 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
And no points to show for it.
And I don't know if it's just, every time Independence is on WNSR, they shine. Because, last time when they were here, big win, had a huge win over Page. And so now, we're at Independence, Fairview at Independence. And not saying it's a big win because both teams are making mistakes.
Yeah, that they are.
And it's not that surefire Independence team that we saw in the first part of our mid-state checkdown season.
Yeah, and again, I think, like you said, both of these teams, like Joe and Jonathan alluded to, it's week 8, and both of these teams have made some sloppy plays.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. At the end of the day, these are high school students.
Yes.
And you're going to get some of those results at times, but that does not take away from any of the athleticism that is out there on the field. So if you're just tuning in, this is the halftime portion of our WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. We are broadcasting live from the Strike and Spare studios. Hey, if you got a team that you follow, or you have someone that, if you're a mother, a father, and your son plays for whomever, no matter what they do, and you want to shoot us a call or a text message, 615-844-5600. You can call or text, give us that score, the 2 schools, and we'll do the best that we can in our postgame show to get it out on the air. But as we stated, Fairview Independence, 2 teams out of Williamson County, Thompson Station and Fairview, respectfully. Mm-hmm. And both of these teams, past football, are pretty competitive as well. So here's what we'll do. We'll get into some scores. We're going to focus on Thursday because that's where a lot of your Middle Tennessee schools played. Schools going into fall break. I don't remember having fall break when I was in high school, but nonetheless, Sevier County eked out a win over Morristown West, 41-35. Bradley Central 40, Hardin Valley 7, Greenback 40, Midway 24, East Robinson 35, Trousdale County 0. East Robinson with a big win last night. Macon County 35, Livingston Academy unable to score. East Nashville 42, Cane Ridge 13. Cane Ridge now 1-7 on the year. Stratford 40, Maplewood 20. The Chris Simpson-led Maplewood Panthers have yet to win a game this season, 0-8 on the year. But I think what surprises me, Stratford 2-1 in the region. That's where it's more important, 5-3 overall. Ravenwood improved to 7-1 with a 41-28 win over the winless Franklin Admirals. Page 35, Hillsboro 7. Page rolling right now at 7-1. Summit 37, John Overton 6. Springfield struggled versus Hunters Lane last night. The Yellow Jackets come out with a 14-7 win over the Warriors of Hunters Lane. Kenwood 47, Clarksville Northwest 0. Clarksville Northwest 0-8 on the year. Tresnet 48, MLK Prep out of Memphis unable to score. Rossview 30, McGavick nothing. Collierville 48, Cordova 14. Memphis Sheffield 52, Douglas 0. Chester County 35, Freedom Prep 6. Memphis Mitchell 8-0 on the year. They went over Hillcrest last night 46-0. Houston 48, Arlington 7. Southwind 28, Memphis Overton 14. Antioch went into a very good CPA team, lost 52-14. But when you look at the Antioch Bears, their last two games are region games, Laverne and at Smyrna. So Antioch could potentially. Now, it goes back to my point. Here's why I preface it. We said there are teams that are going to make the playoffs,
right?
Teams that are not going to make the playoffs, and teams that think they might make the playoffs.
Right.
And where do you think Antioch falls in that category?
They think they're going to make it.
They think they're going to make the playoffs. But you know what?
They actually have a fighting chance.
That thought is actually a lucrative thought because they're sitting at 3-0 in the region. They could easily, Q Joseph, go into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Either 5-0, 4-1, or who knows, 3-2. But either way it goes, as of right now, as I look at Division I, Class 6A, Region 5, Antioch.
They're at the top of the region.
Are at the top of the region at 3-0. You have Smyrna 2-0, Stewart's Creek 1-1, Cane Ridge 1-2, Laverne 1-2. McGavick has yet to get a region win on the board. They are 0-3. So we'll go back to some of our scores. Only got a few minutes before we got to send it back out to the guys. We'll try to get you some scores from today. Not a lot of Middle Tennessee schools playing today. A lot of schools on the east side of the state. Johnson County 12, Chucky Doak 3. That game is in the third quarter. Cloudland 22, Jellicoe nothing. That game halfway through the third quarter. Elizabethtown 21, Northview Academy 7, Gatlinburg Pittman 42-0 at halftime over Claiborne. Hampton 46, West Green has yet to get on the board. We do have a final. Science Hill defeating Morristown East 35-0. Bledsoe County 21, Polk 0, Oak Ridge 35, Farragut 3, Gibbs 14, Carter 7, Kingston 36, Austin East 6. That game is at halftime. Oliver Springs over Whitwell right now. And two really good teams in that matchup. Oliver Springs coming in 5-2, Whitwell at 6-1 on the year. So a 22-8 lead at the halfway mark. Oliver Springs over Whitwell. Cofield blanks Sunbright 41-0. Sunbright will fall to 0-7 on the year. The reverse for Cofield. They improve to 7-1. Brainerd 22, Chattanooga Central 20. That game late fourth quarter. So hey, Hugh Joseph, your assignment, you keep up with that game. Smith County 27, Jackson County 0. That one is in the second quarter. Walker Valley, East Hamilton, both tied at 7. Giles County over Grundy County right now. Giles County down in Pulaski, Tennessee, for those who don't know. I have family from there. That's the only reason I know. 43-0. That score is at halftime. So a lot of scores around TSSAA football. We'll give you one more before we send it back to the guys. A battle of two 7-0 schools also in Williamson County. Centennial 14, Brentwood 13. That game is at the halfway point. A rivalry down in Jackson, Tennessee. Jackson Southside right now over Jackson Northside. Second quarter just getting underway there. Jackson Southside 17, Jackson Northside 6. So what we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll go back to the guys. It is halftime here. Independence with the lead, 14-0 over Independence. Our WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week live from the Strike and Spare Studios. Fans, second half underway.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athlete. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit JodyJonesDDS.com or call 615-259-5100.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
Jackson Boone Racing.
The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Jackson Boone Racing.
A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old.
Jackson Boone Racing.
Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front.
Jackson Boone Racing.
Let's go! Let's go!
It's the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Joe Fisher with play-by-play and Jonathan Schaefer with color analysis. Now to the field for your second half coverage. Here's Joe Fisher.
Homecoming activities have concluded here at Independence High School. They have crowned the homecoming queen for this season, and now we're about set to get back to the business of football with the second half coming up. Independence at home, leading on homecoming, leading Fairview by a score of 14-0. Joe Fisher along with Jonathan Schaefer, Todd Bear, our statistician, Adam Johnson, our producer engineer on site. Turnovers were a real problem in the first half. Independence put it on the ground 3 times, lost them all, but never paid for it. Fairview could never cash in, and Jonathan, you have to wonder, when this one is all said and done, if the Yellow Jackets don't look back at that and say, boy, they handed us opportunities, we could not cash them in.
I'm sure that was something they talked about in the locker room, and now they're going to have an opportunity to start the second half. They're going to get the football. They're down 14-0. They have to find a way to get points on the board, because now Independence has a little bit of momentum. They have found their running game. They've had a very balanced attack so far. Literally the only thing that has held up Independence tonight, which again, we want to reiterate, 6A school against the 3A school, so we may see that roster attrition really affecting the second half, has been Independence turning the football over and self-inflicted wounds in terms of penalties. If Independence can just keep the game clean, they should be able to go on to a victory.
And it's interesting, too, Davis is their leading running back. He's the guy, and he had a good first half, but the guy that made the impact is his backup, the sophomore King, 30-yard touchdown run, 31-yard touchdown run. The one, and we'll see how this plays out, but the one that might prove to be the backbreaker was the one after the muffed punt snapped, was dropped by the punter. It was recovered by Fairview, but it was fourth down.
Yeah.
Very next play, boom, 31-yard touchdown.
That may be what was the turning point in this game, because that was just another case where Fairview they needed to get the punt off, and they'd been punting the ball fine, but that was the first time they'd actually brought the actual punter on, because the quarterback had been punting the football prior to that. You're Fairview, you're outmanned, you're undergunned. You can't make those type of mistakes. Unfortunately, Independence made them pay for it, where Fairview did not make Independence pay for their mistakes.
Boy, another beautiful Friday night here in the Mid-State. We have been blessed all season long. I may regret saying that for what's coming up in the rest of the year.
Was just going to say, shame on you, Joe.
I saw that look I just got.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that,
That's
but I was halfway down the road and couldn't turn back. But it's been just one beautiful Friday night after another, although it has been interesting, and several times we noticed players slipping on this. It's an artificial turf surface. It's a nice turf. It's in great shape, but for whatever reason, guys have had trouble hanging onto the ball, and then they've had trouble staying on their feet.
Yeah, Fairview on 3 occasions had players to where they could have gotten more yardage on the play, but they stumbled down to the ground. So, as I joked around, that's really been an extra defender for Independence here tonight. And you mentioned the weather and everything. We talked about this prior to tonight's broadcast. Joe, it doesn't matter how long I do this job, how long you do this job. There is something special about great weather on a Friday night and high school football.
Gotta love it.
There's just something to it you can't replicate in any other way.
Gotta love it. Under the lights on a Friday night. Lee will go back deep to receive the kickoff for Fairview along with Murray.
You mentioned the field. It is a beautiful artificial turf field here at Independence.
Fairview will have the ball moving right to left as we begin play in the third quarter. Yellow Jackets trailing by a score of 14-0. Kickoff is in the air. This will be fielded by Murray over the back of his head at the 5-yard line to the 10, to the 15, right up the middle, 20, 25, needs a block to the 40, and chased down, finally dragged down at the 48-yard line. Maybe saving a touchdown was Lachlan Barbera, the kicker, who made the tackle after a return of 40 yards.
That was about as good of a tackle as I've seen a kicker make. He really had to make that play, and you could see it, Joe. From the moment that Murray got the football, there was a lane there at the near hash that if he was able to hit it, he was going to be able to have a big gain, and he did, and they did.
Are they discussing a horse collar tackle here?
I didn't see him pulled down with that motion for a horse collar, but maybe that's what they're going to call.
Yeah, they're going to call a face mask is what they're going to call. So you're going to tack on. But at that point, Barbera is just trying to make a tackle and stop a touchdown. It doesn't matter what you get something.
That's one time where you don't mind that face mask penalty, because Murray was off to the races on that. Didn't think it was a horse collar just because there was not that yanking movement that you have to have down in order to qualify for that penalty.
So it was a 42-yard return. Then you tack on 15 more. First down for Fairview from the 37 of Independence, and a whistle and illegal procedure is going to be called on the Yellow Jackets. Boy, that's just exactly what Chris Hughes does not want. After a big return and a penalty, to take a step backwards.
Again, we know this is a very inexperienced offense, only a couple of seniors that are starting for Fairview, but we've just seen a lot of mistakes by both teams tonight that are uncharacteristic for this late in the season.
Fourth penalty on the Yellow Jackets for 21 yards. So now 1st and 15, back of the 42. McCoy, quick pass into the slot, caught 35, 30, inside the 30, down to about the 29-yard line. Nicely dialed up play on first down. That was a one-step drop and a quick pass out. And that's going to gain about 13 yards on the play.
That was Billingsley.
That was Billingsley once again. And he throws off the gloves. He's had enough with the receiving gloves now.
They just took what the defense gave him, and he just had that open space right there at the hash. One stop, that little lollipop pass that went over to him. And they're able to get 8 to 9 yards.
His third reception of the night, came in with 30 on the season. Handoff to Murray. He'll try the right side, first down. Dragged down and then hammered at the 25-yard line out of bounds, but it will be enough to move the chains for the Yellow Jackets. He's a tough runner. I like him.
I thought they might throw a flag because he was knocked out of bounds and then spun and tackled out of bounds. I thought there was a chance they'd throw the flag, but they declined to do so.
First and 10 from the 20.
So Murray now 14 carries, 57 yards on the evening. McCoy's easy to spot out there at quarterback. He's got those bright pink spats on the shoes, and that easy to see who he is. In the shotgun, hands off up the middle. Carry inside the 22 to the 21-yard line on first down.
Burton made first contact on the tackle.
And that was, I believe, was that Billingsley that took it into the middle? It was.
So, yeah.
It's interesting because they list him as a wide receiver, but he lines up in the backfield about half the time. Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
In that case, a much more of a traditional halfback type of role.
And this is that traditional I formation look. The fullback is standing about 2 yards behind the quarterback, McCoy, under center. Handoff to the tailback, Murray. He's tackled over the left side after a gain to about the 18-yard line. That was Ballman, the safety. He really plays good run support. He gets up and makes stops quickly.
He really does, and with as much spread offense and pistol and everything that we see in football nowadays, Joe, when I just see a straight I formation, I get abnormally excited to see that.
Don't see it very often, do you?
Not very much.
You rarely see 2 backs in the backfield at all, much less.
Even a split I formation.
Right. Third and about 4. Ball at the 18-yard line. Yellow Jackets trailing 14-0, but trying to cash in on their first possession of the third quarter. Handoff Billingsley upended at about the 16-yard line. And he'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down.
No, you're Fairview. You just have to find a way to get a first down.
Somehow.
This is your best chance really to score so far tonight.
4th and 2. And it's a long 2. It's about 2.5. Handoff, Billingsley bounces it outside. He's upended. It's going to be close. It will totally depend on the spot. Needed to get to the 14, and that's right where they have it marked.
I think he got it. And they gave it to him.
They're going to give him the forward progress and enough for the first down. Boy, it was very close.
And if Fairview can do something on this drive and in this game, you're going to look back to that play. That's a huge play to get that first down because they've been down to 4th down a couple of times so far, able to convert on this one.
Boy, they got it by about a half of a yard. Clock is running, 8:38 to go in the third. Independence leading 14-0, but Fairview knocking on the door. McCoy under center. Hands off Murray, tries to bounce the left side, and boy, he is stopped quickly. There's Ballman again in run support along with Katina after a very short game. Well, that was a forward tackle right there. Just picked him up and drove him back.
Oh, and you mentioned Ballman does a very good job. When he gets to the ball carrier, he wraps up, he makes the play. Good job in the run support.
No gain on that play. Second down and 10.
And again, a situation where you think about some pre-snap motion or maybe some kind of misdirection or a fake.
Here's that eye again behind McCoy. Hands off, leaping over a defender is Murray. He'll get a couple of yards. He just jumped over the top of the defender there, Duarte, who had kind of plugged the hole by falling down in the middle of it and gaining a couple of yards on the play.
I say all that, and it's just 1980s football. Just go right up the middle with the power eye.
But again, a 3rd and long. You're in that 3rd and long, and that's a tough situation. The passing game has really not been that much of an option for Fairview tonight. 5 of 7 passing is McCoy for only 34 yards, facing a 3rd and 8. In the shotgun, looking to throw, rolling right once again. Now plants, throws to the end zone. Has a man there. Billingsley makes the catch. Touchdown, Fairview.
McCoy's pass is complete for the touchdown.
Billingsley in traffic makes the reception just across the goal line, and the Yellow Jackets cash in.
You mentioned traffic. Give credit to the quarterback. Jax McCoy was able to hit Billingsley right in the numbers in that traffic. He was open, but it was a small window he had to throw in there. Now we have a football game.
12 yards on the touchdown pass. That's the 9th touchdown pass by McCoy this season. And now Beckham Adams on for the extra point. And it is up, and it is good, and it is just what Fairview needed coming out of the locker room at halftime. 7:11 to go in the third. New score, Independence 14, Fairview 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Calvin Wall, Torrey King back deep to receive the kickoff from Beckham Adams. Fairview has gotten on the board 14-7 Independence. This ball is kicked. It's knocked down by one of the up men at the 20-yard line. He'll push forward to the 25, to the 30, to about the 31. That was Kellen Lucas, a junior who was an up man. They did not want to kick the ball deep to Calvin Wall. 13 yards on the return. Wall had a 92-yard touchdown return against Franklin earlier this year.
And despite the 14-7 lead, that's actually some of the better field position they've had in this game.
So now Independence will get their first opportunity here in the third quarter. Luke McNeely, the quarterback, 4 for 5, passing for 102 yards. 2 touchdown runs by Torrey King in the first half. That's really the difference in this game right now. 2 30-plus yard touchdown runs. McNeely will hand off a big quick hitter up the middle across the 35 to about the 39 on the carry, and that is Clay Davis, who will get about 5 yards on first down. Davis now with his 6th carry for 41 yards.
And if I'm Independence right now, especially in the second half, you've got the bigger roster, you're able to rotate more guys. I might actually be playing with a little bit of tempo.
Yep.
And just try to wear out this Fairview defense.
Gain of 5, second down and 5. In the pistol formation, this time they'll hand off on the jet sweep around the right end. That's Needham across midfield, still on his feet, 45-40. Penalty flag is down well behind the play. Needham's tackled back at the 30, but this flag is back near midfield, and this one's going to come back. Flag was thrown back. They've marked it right at the 49 where the flag is, and all the players are already headed backwards. It's going to be a hold on Independence. Penalties have been another bugaboo for the Eagles tonight.
Well, even go back to the last drive by Fairview. It was a good kickoff return, 15-yard face mask penalty, so mistakes there. A penalty this time. Independence's biggest opponent tonight has really been themselves.
Needham's big run is nullified. That's the 5th penalty of the night on the Eagles for 63 yards.
And I don't say that to take anything away from Fairview because they've played a nice game, but it's just Independence has had a lot of mistakes so far.
Make it 67 yards in penalties now for the Eagles. Now it's a 2nd and 5 after that penalty walk-off, back to the 39-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they'll hand off. Needham will try the left side, and a nice open field tackle out there by that's Billingsley who makes the tackle. It's still going to be enough for a first down at the 44, but that was an excellent open field tackle.
Wow, and it was also a good seal block because the defender almost came into the backfield and was able to get a tackle for loss. Instead, that got sealed at the end, allowed Needham to come over and get the first down.
McNeely comes over to the sideline, gets the play call, heads back to the huddle. Needham comes out of the game. Clay Davis checks back in. Pistol formation on first down from the 44-yard line for the Eagles. McNeely to throw, looking long down the far sideline. Has a man on, he overthrew him. Had him about the 20-yard line as they were trying to go long to Stansel. He was about a step ahead of the defender, but it was overthrown.
If I'm Independence, I'm going right back at that defender because what happened was he got caught on the back pedal. He didn't turn quick enough to pursue the receiver and stay on him. The only thing that kept that from being a touchdown was just a misfire on the pass. I would go right back to that defender, go right after him.
Remember the first play of the game, Independence went long and hit it. They're not known for their passing, but they've thrown for over 100 yards so far tonight. 2nd down and 10 from the 44, and now a whistle. And everybody looking at each other to see why the whistle was blown.
Or another thing you consider, maybe flip that because you've got Howard on this side now.
Referee timeout for an equipment issue.
Equipment problem here as McNeely comes to the sideline, so Looks like some kind of equipment issue for McNeely, and that's going to force them to send in the backup quarterback, the sophomore Drake Garvin. And actually, they have now opted to send in Peyton Curtin. So McNeely is on the sideline. We'll keep an eye on that. Curtin is in at the quarterback position. Takes the snap, hands off. A jet sweep running right to the 45 to midfield, tackled from behind on the carry is Hunter Mullen, the sophomore, with his first carry of the night. And a gain across midfield will bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Billingsley made the play, and it was a good tackle, but that was well blocked that time on that sweep. They came to the wide side of the field. Obviously, with the quarterback, I think that changed the play call for them, but I thought that was very good execution by Independence.
McNeely back into the game now. It brings up 3rd down and 3. As this is only the third down conversion of the night opportunity for the Eagles. They are 1 for 2. Tried to take that ball away. King said, no, give it to me. I'm running up the middle. I'm still going to the 25, inside the 25 to the 22. He has not touched it often, but, man, when he has been dynamic.
The defender was going after the ball. That's fine, but you got to wrap up and make the play. Missing that tackle sprung him open, and we have seen tonight when he's had the football, he's been magical. Did it again. Right now, your leader in the clubhouse for your Mid-State Checkdown Player of the Week.
26 yards on that carry. I don't think McNeely wanted him to take the football, and King said, nope, it's mine. 1st down from the 23-yard line. Option look, running left. McNeely is going to keep. And if at the last second pitches it to King, penalty flag is thrown down behind the play. Most likely a hold on Independence. That was a very late decision on that option, Jonathan, to make the pitch.
I think that time he could have just held on to it, because really when he pitched it backwards, it turned into a negative for them.
And even more of a negative now with the most likely holding penalty here. That is a hold on the Eagles. That's going to be penalty number 6 on the night for 77 yards.
Well, we could talk to Coach Stidham during the half. He was not happy with their level of performance in the first half, and he's certainly not happy with it right now, too.
Well, it's been a couple of steps forward and 1 step back for Independence all night. Clock is running, 4:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Eagles leading 14-7 here on homecoming. Ball is spotted back at the 33-yard line, brings up a 1st and 20. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield, shotgun formation. McNeely with a quick man in motion. McNeely's going to keep, turn upfield 30, 25-20 to the 15. He may go, he will. There's a penalty flag down. It's a touchdown, but there's a penalty flag down back at the 20-yard line. So hold the phone, and I got a feeling this one's going to come back too.
Yeah, 2 flags were thrown in that same area.
It was 33 yards on the carry for the touchdown, but it looks like that one's going to come back.
And let me say this, a great fake handoff, and he had plenty of space down the far boundary.
Austin McMullins with another holding call. The referee signifies. So Independence keeps on shooting themselves. 7 penalties, 87 yards on the Eagles tonight. Boy, you add that to 3 fumbles lost in the first half. Leading 14-7, quite impressive. That's hard to do with that many mistakes. Ball walked all the way back to the 30-yard line, where it's now 1st and 17. Handoff tailback has stood up after a very short game. Well, that was good pursuit by the near side of that Fairview defense after a gain of a couple. Davis with the carry. Frank, one of those linebackers in the middle, to make the first contact on that stop, bring up 2nd down along with Roberts, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, once again, it was that triple option movement where you've got 2 running backs that are moving toward the quarterback. They go up the middle of the field. They run that a lot. They did it a lot in the first game of the season against Oakland. That's their base offense.
Independence now 202 yards rushing on the night. Facing a 2nd and long here. McNeely rolling right, being chased, eludes one man. He's going to get to the sideline, throw it toward the end zone. The ball is almost intercepted. It's incomplete. He was looking for Needham near the goal line, and that was a great break on the ball by Lee. But Lee, as he was going out of bounds, bobbled the football, didn't secure it. He read it right.
It was very close to being an illegal forward pass, too, because he got very close to the down marker, and it might be.
They may have called it, as a matter of fact. That may be what they're looking at. So now the decision here, that is an illegal forward pass against the Eagles. And that's a loss of down. So not only that's one of the toughest penalties because you have the penalty back where the ball was, back at the 31-yard line, but it's a loss of down. So makes it third down now and about 17.
Potentially not getting the interception there may not be the worst thing in the world because if you do get the ball there, you're inside your own 5-yard line.
Inside the 5, that's right. Instead, third and a long 17 here. McNeely rolling left, looking to throw. Plants throws back across his body into traffic, incomplete. There was contact, but there is no flag. That's a tough play. Rolling to his right, McNeely threw back to his left and was looking for Q Stansel, who ran into a defender, Jonathan, right there, but there is no flag.
That's a tough call.
Is that the old incidental contact?
That's the only thing you can say, is that it's just an incidental contact play, because otherwise it looks like interference. So that's totally up to the judgment of the official.
Now, Landrick Majewski is on to attempt what would be a 48-yard field goal. He's 4 for 5 in field goals this season, but his longest is 29. This is from 48. This kick has the distance, and this kick is good! Majewski from 48 drives it through easily for the Eagles. Wow. Impressive.
That's how you get yourself a scholarship.
That'll do it. 2:40 to go in the third. Independence 17. Fairview 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
The Tennessee State Tigers hit the road again this coming Saturday with a trip to play at Kennesaw State, a team making a move next season to the FBS level and Conference USA membership. Hello, this is Greg Pogue inviting you to join former Titans wide receiver Chris Sanders and me on the game broadcast Saturday right here on Nashville Sports Radio, WNSR. Pre-game 1:30, kickoff at 2. That's Tennessee State and Kennesaw State from Kennesaw, Georgia, Saturday right here on Nashville Sports Radio, WNSR.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Landrick Majewski, an impressive 48-yard field goal, gives Independence a 17-7 lead over Fairview with 2:40 left to go in the third quarter. Majewski 5 for 6 in field goals in the season, but that by far his longest of the year. And now set to kick this ball away and drives this one inside the 5, fielded at the 2 by Murray, to the 10, to the 15, up the middle, to the 20, to the 25, and dragged down there at about the 25-yard line. Tackle made for Independence by Reese Pickering.
Yeah, Independence just has to be careful in their kick coverage. They are just getting spread out way too wide, and there's a lot of space there in between the hashes.
Pickering was supposed to escort one of the homecoming attendants during the homecoming festivities, but he had to be in the locker room, so the attendant's father took his place.
I think he was preoccupied.
I think he had a little something going on. That's right. First down from the 26-yard line. Fairview scored on their opening possession of the third quarter after a great kick return and a penalty tacked on to that. McCoy hands off on a stretch play to the right across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Murray with the carry once again. He's had a good night.
Yeah, yes, he has. Getting up slow for Fairview was number 58, Christian Sullivan. The tackle for them, the senior, one of the few seniors on the squad.
Murray, 18 carries on the night for 70 yards. Yeah, you look across. Yeah, he's the only senior on that line. Gain of 6 on the play, second down and 4. And a whistle is going to stop play, a procedure penalty on the Yellow Jackets. This happened to them in their last drive as well after that impressive return and then the penalty tacked on more. The first play was a 5-yarder the other way.
And again, when you have an offense that is so run heavy like they are, procedure penalties just make it that much more difficult.
5th penalty on the Yellow Jackets for 26 yards. That walks it back to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and 9.
Yeah, because you were ahead of the chains. You had a nice play on first down. Now you've fallen back behind them.
I formation behind McCoy again at quarterback. Hands off running left. Murray turns up, and he's hit hard by Ballman once again at about the 30-yard line, maybe to the 31. Boy, Ballman's around the football, as is Blaze Katina all night long.
Well, Blaze Katina has been a name that we have mentioned throughout this entire game, doing a very good job. We've seen it so much this year, Joe, in all our games. A lot of 3-4 very active linebackers, because if you have a lot of athletes, you're just able to plug them into linebacker and be more effective.
Well, that's one of the standout positions I think I've seen this year as linebacker just across the games we've had. 3rd down and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. McCoy looks right, comes left, throws incomplete. Once again, his intended receiver, Lee, tried to plant on the sideline and kind of stumbled and could not get out and make the catch.
To be fair, the ball was thrown behind him, so he's trying to stick his foot and come back and get it, and he just slid. That's the 4th time for Fairview tonight that they have stumbled on the field.
Now, in the previous time when they were in a clear punt situation, they brought in the punter. He bobbled the snap. The previous situations like this, they're going to do what they are doing now, and that's send the quarterback back into punt formation. McCoy, Independence playing safe here. They don't rush. They send nobody back deep. It bounces and rolls inside the 30 and then spins and will die at about the 29-yard line. Independence was totally playing to watch out for any kind of trickery. They were not even worried about returning that, but it turns out to be a 40-yard punt.
You're willing to give up about 10 yards in field position there since you had Fairview backed up.
1:03 left in the 3rd. And Independence has got to be thinking one good drive and we can put this game away. And Fairview's thinking one good mistake and we can get right back in it.
Fairview's been able to force a few of those tonight, but not capitalize on offense.
McNeely, the quarterback, hands off to Needham. Tries the left side. Turns upfield, and he has swallowed up Harrison, makes the tackle. Ball came loose, I believe, but I believe it was after the play, and they're going to say it was after the play, and Independence will retain possession after a gain of about 9.
I think you just have to find ways to get Needham the ball more often, because every time he gets the ball, if he gets some open space, he's able to move it downfield.
He's had a couple of them nullified on the night as well.
That's been the other problem.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
King as well with 89 yards tonight.
Yep, King has had 3 explosive plays, 2 of them for touchdowns. And you add Needham now with 57 yards rushing. And Davis coming into the game, their number 1 runner.
Over 200 yards rushing for them so far.
2nd down and a long one. Handoff trying the right side this time to the 40, to the 45, dragged down by Billingsley at midfield. That'll be enough for the 1st down. Hunter Mullen with his 2nd carry of the night after the gain of 12 yards.
I'm running the stretch play to the open side of the field until they can stop me.
I agree with you.
Because they've done it again. They came to the right side, open side of the field. Their line is doing a really good job in their lateral movement to come over and seal that edge. I'm going to keep running it until they can stop it.
We'll see if they're going to do it in the 4th quarter. We're through 3. Independence 17, Fairview 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Nashville life can get hectic. In the middle of all the madness that is life, don't forget to take care of yourself. Treat yourself to Nashville's ultimate relaxation experience at Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel. With services for men and women, Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel is your one-stop shop for full body treatment. Begin your experience in the exquisite relaxation room, then enjoy a full body treatment or even a couples massage before finishing in the salon. Located on the 4th floor of the Omni Nashville Hotel, Makara Spa is Nashville's highest quality self-care oasis. To book your experience or gain information on packages, call Makara Spa today at 615-761-3600. Again, 615-761-3600. Or log on to theomnihotel.com. And with every booking, you'll have free valet parking and rooftop pool access to enjoy the Music City skyline. And through Labor Day, enjoy the 4th floor spa terrace for only $20. Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
On 1st down at midfield, Independence McNeely, the keeper at quarterback, he actually loses a couple of yards on the play. Good defense by the Yellow Jackets. Brings up 2nd down and 12. Independence 17, Fairview 7. We thought it was going to be this kind of ball game turnovers have been a big factor in the contest.
Yeah, the way it has turned out to be the score has been a bit of a surprise.
And the pistol on second down, man in motion, low snap. They hand it off to him running to the right, breaking a tackle, staying on his feet and pushing it down inside the 45-yard line is Hunter Mullen, his third carry of the night. Good, tough running. They almost had him for a loss all the way back at the 45.
Well, he ended up picking about 9 yards from first contact, so that was a big play for Independence. You won't think that when you see it in a box score, but considering they couldn't make that tackle there in the open field, Independence makes it manageable on third down.
Yeah, instead of 3rd and about 15, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Third downs tonight for the Eagles. They are 2 for 4 in their conversions. Need to get to the 39 for a first down. McNeely rolling left, now turns up. Scrambles right, gonna run, gets to the 40. He'll have the first down, 35, still on his feet down the sideline, racing to the goal line. McNeely will score! Touchdown, Independence! McNeely turned great Fairview defense into a touchdown run of 45 yards.
Best play of the night. There's no other way to call it than the best play of the night. He's a left-handed quarterback, so they rolled him out to the left, took it back to the middle. That allowed him to cut back over to the far sideline, and then he showed that speed we know he has and was able to streak down the sideline, get the touchdown. By far the best offensive play we've seen from either team.
Boy, that was the impressive part of that run, Jonathan. He got to the sideline and then kicked in the afterburners and just pulled away from everybody else.
You don't usually see a quarterback be able to do that. He was able to do that. That might have sealed the win for Independence.
That's his 7th touchdown run of the season. After the play, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is going to be charged to Independence. Maybe a little bit of celebration or maybe a little bit of woofing afterwards. And so do you assess it now on the point after, or do you assess it on the kickoff? And they'll probably do it on the kickoff.
Yeah. But again, that gives Fairview a chance to have pretty good field position.
And Majewski's like, well, I just hit one from 48. This is nothing, this
He's
extra
saying,
point.
I got this,
I
guys.
got this, don't worry. Take it whenever you want. High snap, nice job of getting that down, and Majewski drives it up and good. But a huge score for the homecoming enjoying Independence Eagles, who lead Fairview 24-7 on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athletes. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit jodyjonesdds.com or call 615-259-5100.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
So touchdown runs have been lengthy. McNeely's 45 yards just a moment ago. King had one of 30, one of 31 for Independence, and they lead Fairview now 24-7. 10:30 left to play.
And even though Independence has had their share of mistakes tonight, their saving grace is that they've had explosive plays in the air and on the ground.
Kickoff is going to be a high, very short one. It's actually going to bounce, picked up on one hop at the 40-yard line, and that's going to be the end of it. Independence does not want to kick the ball deep. That's very clear, and so Independence folks thinking maybe they got another fumble, but that was not the case. And the last to get up off the bottom of that pile is Lee, and he's being helped to walk over to the sideline. He was the returner, and he got caught up in the bottom of all that mix, and he's limping a little bit as he goes to the sideline. I can't tell, Jonathan, the way he's walking, that's almost like a cramp.
Yeah, he's holding the back of his right leg where the hamstring is, so it could be a cramp, could be a hamstring.
But
he's staying on the field.
He's lined up in the slot, and if he's legitimately hurt like that, I don't see any way he can run a pattern.
I don't know why he didn't leave the surface.
But he's lined up in the slot on the left side on first down. McCoy hands off, falls down as he makes the handoff to Harrison, who's going to be swarmed under by a host of Eagles defenders. And a little bit of blocking outside of the play, but they're going to let that go.
That is called beyond the echo of the whistle,
Yes, it
Joe.
was.
And they let it go. And I think that's a good call because it was aggressive, but it wasn't egregious.
It wasn't egregious. That was the word I was going to come up with.
But the echo of the whistle.
Well, Harrison comes out of the game now. Murray back in at running back. Fairview needs to pick up their pace a little bit.
I think we're starting to see the fatigue on the part of Fairview right now, the numbers game catching up to them.
Trailing 24-7, 9:38 to play. McCoy rolling left this time to throw, fires incomplete. I think that's the first time he's rolled left to pass tonight.
Again, he's not going to do that a lot because he's a sophomore and a right-handed quarterback, so you're not going to roll him to the left a lot. First time they've done it tonight, incomplete.
McCoy on the night, 6 for 10 passing for 46 yards. Third down has not been kind to the Yellow Jackets tonight. They are 2 for 9. A lot of reason for that. They've been in situations like this all night, 3rd and 12.
Exactly. They've been behind the chains. And, again, when you have such a young offense like Fairview does, where they have several starters that are just sophomores, 2 years from now, not going to be much of an issue. But they're seeing the effects here tonight.
3rd down and 12 from their own 39-yard line. McCoy in the gun, straight drop, fires over the middle, into traffic, batted into the air, and it is intercepted. On the tip drill, the pass is intercepted for Independence. And coming out of there with it was number 2. That is Ryan Holloway, the safety, with his first pick of the season. Interception number 6 for the Eagles on the year.
Not a well-thrown ball, threw it into a ton of traffic. There was 5 different Eagles that were there. Holloway with a really nice catch because he kept that, just grabbed it right off the top of the carpet, was able to secure it and get the interception.
So now Independence will take over at excellent field position, their own 45-yard line, leading 24-7, 9:25 left to play. Luke McNeely at quarterback. Had a 40-plus yard scoring run on his last attempt. Low snap, handoff Mullen. Pushed outside, but turns upfield to the right. Midfield, 45, down the far sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line. You talked about it earlier, Jonathan. Run them to the right, wide side until Fairview can stop it. They haven't been able to stop it as of yet.
All of those yards after first contact, too, because, again, Fairview was able to get into the backfield. They were not able to bring him down, so he scampered down the sideline. I just keep going to that wide side of the field. I've got a tired defense that I'm playing. Yep. I'm going to stretch them out. I'm going to say, come get my guy. And they're showing that right now they can't make the tackle on first contact.
22 yards on the carry by Mullen. First down to the Fairview 33-yard line. They'll run that action this time. McNeely with a fake handoff. He'll try the right side. He'll have the first down, stay on his feet. Finally spun down at about the 17-yard line. He's really good at that fake and keeper. He does a great job of disguising it.
That's the best part of his game because, again, I saw at the beginning of the season against Oakland, different caliber of an opponent, to be fair, but 2 or 3 times tonight, I've been completely fooled. He just keeps that to the last minute and disguises it extremely well.
After that 15-yard run, 307 yards rushing tonight for the Eagles. Brings up a first down from the Fairview 19-yard line. McNeely will keep again. He'll turn up inside to the 15, to the 10, inside the 5, still on his feet, close to the goal line. And I believe he's just shy. He's down at the 1.
Yeah, he was down first and then slid into the end zone, so a good call.
So an 18-yard run for McNeely, who tacks on. He's had a really good second half.
I think he's trying to take this Player of the Week award away from his teammates.
He's certainly a candidate. 10 carries, 95 yards. And first and goal now for the Eagles from the 1. McNeely will give, tailback right up the middle, just pounds it into the middle of the pile and into the end zone for the touchdown. They put the big man back there. That was number 33, Reese Pickering, who got the opportunity to put it into the end zone.
And he is super excited because he's listed just as an outside linebacker on the roster. He's not listed with an offensive position. I have a feeling that's a rare touchdown for that young man.
Yeah, probably the only one, but he's a senior and he gets to score on homecoming. Majewski on for the extra point. And he drives it up and through, and Independence is taking command of the game. 7:42 left to play. It's Independence 31, Fairview 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing.
You're listening to WNSR, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. Now back to the live action with Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
Off the sizzling stat pencil of Todd Berry, 326 yards rushing for Independence. They had 133 in the first half, so almost 200 on the ground in the second half.
He said sizzling. I knew I smelled smoke somewhere.
That's exactly right. So with a 31-7 lead now, a kickoff bounces at the 25, scooped up by Lee. He'll get to the 30. He's got room. 40, 45 midfield, finally forced out of bounds in Independence territory at the 47-yard line. Well, they've tried to keep it away from him tonight. He was able to get that one on the bounce, and a nice return of 30 yards.
Well, second tackle for the night for the kicker, and Lachlan Barbara. He had to make a play, and he did it again, pushing him out of bounds.
The first time he got a face mask penalty as a result of that, but it probably saved a touchdown on the first one. Fairview would eventually score their only touchdown of the night at the end of that drive, but since then it's been all Eagles.
There are times when you can tolerate a penalty, and that was definitely one of them.
So here's McCoy under center with an I formation behind him. Two receivers split left, one right. First down handoff. Harrison over the left side inside the 45 to about the 43, where the entire linebacking crew, Clay Davis and company, there to make the stop. And I see Pickering, one of the last to get up off the bottom of that pile after a gain of about 5 yards. That's the other thing, Jonathan. This is not a quick strike offense here for Fairview.
No, it's not. They're not a team that can come back real quickly. Want to mention one thing quickly with Independence on that last drive. They were faking action to the strong side of the field, to the wide side, and McNeely kept the ball and was able to go up the middle and go to the right. So they followed the strategy that I was suggesting. Instead, he was deciding to keep it.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a decision he can make, too. Harrison gets the handoff, pushes it to about the 41-yard line. That'll bring up third down at about 3.
The body type I want to describe with Harrison is Craig Ironhead Hayward. Just kind of that big, bulky type of body. Not that type of speed, because Craig was one of the more deceptively fast players on the field, but just a big, thunderous back.
And Cottrell Harrison is only a freshman. Yeah, yeah, we talked, Fairview coming into this game, extremely young. Their future is certainly bright. And they've certainly got things they can accomplish this season as well. Third down and 3 with a man in motion left to right. They'll give it to Harrison again, and he'll find his way close to a first down. He actually backpedaled for the last yard or so. And I believe they're going to give him credit for the 38-yard line and a first down. Just got the big body going and just kept digging enough to get the first down.
And here's the thing. The score's 31-7, but nothing for Fairview to be ashamed about tonight whatsoever. The effort has definitely been there. Like any football game, it comes down to about 3 or 5 plays that if you get the breaks, it can be a different outcome. This was 14-7 just a little bit ago.
Yes, it was.
In the third quarter. They just weren't able to capitalize on the mistakes and the opportunities handed to them in the first half.
That's exactly right. 3 fumbles by Independence on drives, and Fairview could not score any points off those turnovers. First down, handoff Harrison again, rumbles to about the 34-yard line. Pickering is there to make another tackle.
He's not real fast, but boy, he's hard to bring down.
I don't think I'd want to jump in front of him. Holloway was there with the tackle as well after the gain of 3.
Just a wide body out there.
Came into this game, he came into the game with the longest run of the season for Fairview, 54 yards. Second down and 6. And again, I think, the Yellow Jackets not moving with tremendous pace. They're just trying to put a good drive together here.
Fumble
ball. Harrison got it back, though, to the 35, 36-yard line. So Fairview able to maintain possession, but it brings up third and long. They were very close to each other on the exchange, maybe a little bit too close.
I think Fairview right now, you just want to have positive plays. You know, get to the end of this game, positive plays, and nobody getting hurt. Because, again, you still have everything to play for within your region and within 3A.
Yep, 2-0 in their region. McCoy tonight passing 6 for 11 for 46 yards and an interception. This is 3rd down and 7 from the Independence 35. They'll give it on the end around to Lee. Lee running to his left, and a tremendous open field tackle. Boy, that was Calvin Wall. That was textbook. Went about thigh high and shut that down for a loss on the play, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, he was shot out of a cannon because it was Christian Sullivan, the left tackle on that side, just road grading a path, creating an alley for him to run through. But again, just able to shoot that gap, make a tackle. That was a tremendous play.
3:45 to go. 4th down and 7. Fairview obviously going to go for it from the Independence 35, and that's going to be a 5-yard procedure penalty as right side of the line moved, and a little bit of there was a shove between the two, the tackle and the guard, and then they kind of patted each other in the head, said, it's okay.
And then the tackle shoved the guard and then patted him on the head and said, it's fine.
And then Parker Davis, the junior, ended up with the flag and was looking for the referee to say, would you like this back? You used it a lot tonight. You might need it a little longer.
Well, the same colors as the helmets. I've lost them a few times.
He actually could have held on to it.
Yeah, that's right.
So with the walk-off, 4th and 12, ball back at the 40-yard line. We'll need to get to the 28 of the Eagles for a 1st down. McCoy empty backfield in the gun. 3-man rush. Eases left. Now dumps it to the sideline, incomplete. There was just nobody open. And even if he had caught it, it would have been shy of the 1st down. So Independence will take over on downs with 3:11 left to play.
3:11, it's homecoming. I'm getting some guys into the game, especially seniors. It's that time of the game now.
Independence took it. This was a 14-7 game after Fairview scored on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. But after that, the Eagles shifted into another gear.
We had a feeling that might be the case, too. Again, you've got a 3A team coming up against a 6A team at their place on homecoming, and Independence was able to just win that war of attrition in the second half.
So a new quarterback in for Independence, and that's Noah Carbonari, who is a junior. As timeout is taken, we'll take it with 3:10 left to play. Taken by Fairview. 31-7 Independence on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
Welcome back to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
A lot of new faces into the contest now with 3:10 left to play.
I think they're counting players on Fairview.
Independence leading 31-7. 3, 6, 9. I got 11.
That's because one ran off.
Oh, it depends on when you count. Oh, I'm sorry. I got 11, but it was too late.
That player had already ran off when you counted.
So 1st and 5. Ball at the 45. Carbonari in at quarterback. Hands off to the tailback who is hit forward to about the 49-yard line. King with the carry. That's about as short as carry of the night.
I only knew because I saw the official running up counting players as he was approaching the line of scrimmage.
Well, once you get to 12, you can stop. It doesn't matter after that.
And then I saw a player sheepishly just go to the
me? No. So King on the night. 5 carries, 89 yards, and a couple of long touchdown runs. That ball is fumbled on the exchange. It's still loose. I think Carbonari turned around and picked it up. and he's going to pay for it, tackle back at the 45. But he had run away from the play, Jonathan, and the ball sort of found its way back to him and saved possession.
It's been so odd that the ball has been so slippery on a perfect weather night.
It started early on, and it's continued all night long.
We have seen that ball slip and slide 2, 3, 4 different players try to pick it up on a fumble. It's just been very odd.
A little more understandable with the guys you've got on the field right now, maybe not as many reps as some of the others had. 3rd and 4 from the 46. Hand off to King. Oh, he turns upfield. He's going again inside the 45 to the 44. Boy, he has been shot out of a cannon several times tonight. That's going to push him closer to the 100-yard mark.
He wants it. He's
fighting for it.
Trying to take that Player of the Week award, perhaps away from his quarterback.
That puts him right on 100. 6 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, and wholesale changes now on the offensive line. And the seniors get to enjoy homecoming night. Clock is running, 90 seconds left to play. Eagles only have to snap it a couple of more times. New tailback in the game behind Carbonari at quarterback. And that tailback will get the handoff and push it to about the 42-yard line. And that is number 4. That is Josh Nieves, who is a junior, who gets his first carry.
Well, let's not forget, this is an independent squad in a little bit of a rebuild. They were very successful not that long ago. 2015 state championship, runner-up in 2016, the Scott Blade years down here at Independence. So this is a program, while the school's not all that old, just about 2 decades old, they've had a lot of success.
This will move them to 5-3 on the year, and 2-1 in their region. This is not a region game, but they'll be 2-1 heading on. And Nieves with a run right up the gut, stumbles down at about the 31-yard line. That'll stop the clock to move the chains. They may have to snap it one more time. We'll see. I'm not sure they'll even have to do that.
By the way, it's been a really good homecoming crowd. It was a little pensive there in the 3rd quarter when that game was 14-7. Some nervous energy, but Independence, again, are able to put their foot in the gas to seal this win.
Clock is running, and Independence players are walking toward the sideline. That's all over as far as they're concerned, and I believe the referee is going to stand over the ball and say, yep, we'll agree. We'll let the clock expire. Independence wins 31-7 over Fairview. The Eagles improved to 5-3 on the season. Fairview has their 5-game winning streak come to an end, but they've still got a lot to play for. They are 2-0 in Class 3A Region 6 as they fall to 5-3. We'll come back, go through the stats, hopefully visit with our player of the game and more right after this on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
This is your home for the Atlanta Braves in the National League Division Series. And we'll bring you every moment as the Braves fight for a return trip to the NLCS.
There's a fly ball to deep right field. Right on into attack mode.
Tomorrow, the Atlanta Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies square up for Game 1 of the NLDS, live from Truist Park in Atlanta.
On Nashville's first 24-hour sports station, WNSR.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athlete. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit JodyJonesDDS.com or call 615-259-5100.
Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is at the heart of Music City. Located within walking distance of the Country Music Hall of Fame, Bar Lines at the Omni is your downtown honky-tonk destination. Watch your team from any seat on their plentiful HD TVs and catch a live show on the Bar Lines stage featuring live music 7 days a week. Bar Lines has the ultimate Southern comfort food. Get started with classic fried green tomatoes or bourbon barbecue wings. Then it's on to the massive Smashville double stack or the world famous Bar Lines grinder. Oh, you've never heard of the Bar Lines grinder? 2 kinds of cheese, lettuce, Dijon, smoked turkey, smoked bacon, smoked ham. Now that's some smoke you want. Local brews and local spirits are on tap at Bar Lines. Take a seat on the patio outside and soak up the rhythm of Music City. Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Now it's time for your MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week post-game show with stats and analysis of tonight's game and your MidState Checkdown High School Football Player of the Week. Now here's Joe Fisher and Jonathan Schaefer.
It was close for a while, but in the second half, the homecoming Independence Eagles pulled away. They did it on the ground and pulled away to a 31-7 victory over Fairview to improve to 5-3 on the season. Fairview also now is 5-3 as well. We say it was close. It was 14-7. Fairview scored on the opening drive of the third quarter to make it 14-7. A field goal made it 17-7. It was a 48-yard field goal by Majewski. But then after that, the ground game led by the quarterback, Luke McNeely, just pulled the game away.
Well, McNeely, a lot of credit. He was able to score an outstanding touchdown on his long run into the end zone. And Independence here tonight, very balanced attack. I think that surprised us a little bit how well they were able to perform in the air, especially with the play action. But those chunk run plays by McNeely and also by King, that proved to be the big advantage this evening.
Well, they had 102 yards passing in the first half. Didn't pass at all in the second half. Didn't have to.
Yeah.
Finished with 348 yards on the ground. So that was the big advantage as they finished with 450 yards of total offense. As we are ready to talk to our player of the game, and that is the senior quarterback, Luke McNeely. Luke, 4 of 8 passing, 102 yards, 10 carries, 95 yards. But I want you to take us back, if you would, to that first half because turnovers just kept getting in the way, didn't they?
Yeah, yes, sir. We made a few too many mistakes, some holding calls, but we went into the locker room at halftime, regrouped, came out as a team, and we just executed the second half.
Luke, you had an outstanding run to get into the end zone. You went to your left and then over to the boundary, and then it seemed like you just shifted into another gear and was able to sprint into the end zone. Go through that play with us.
Man, well, I knew I made a few too many mistakes in the first half, and I saw a little opening. I knew I had to get it back.
Well, you certainly got it back. So what do you think now going forward? There's a lot left to play for, isn't there?
Yes, sir. We need to focus up this week and clean up all of our mistakes that we made this week because against Brentwood, that's not going to work. So we need to execute this week in practice.
Congratulations. Great job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Luke McNeely, the senior quarterback who wins on homecoming. As he leads Independence to a 31-7 win.
And he mentioned Brentwood. That is a school that's having an outstanding year, so it's going to take everything Independence has to get a victory. They can't have a start against Brentwood like they had a start tonight.
Yeah, total offense 450 for Independence. For Fairview, 154. Third downs, the Independence defense was good. 3 for 12 was Fairview on third down. That was a key stat. Individually, Independence, as we said, McNeely, 10 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. He was also 4 for 8 passing for 102 yards. King was certainly a candidate for player of the game in this one. The sophomore, Torrey King, 7 carries for 103 yards, touchdown runs of 30 and 31 in the first half. And also Needham, 5 carries, for 57 yards as they got it done. Even Mullen, 4 carries for 45.
This is a team, again, they showed some poise with the passing game in the first half, didn't have to in the second half, but they play a type of football that if they can limit the mistakes, they've been extremely competitive all season long against really good teams. Even the loss against Ravenwood, that was only by 2 points. So this is the type of team that if they get into the playoffs, they're going to be an awful hard out because they can just grind you down.
And with a lot of experienced players that have been there before. The sophomore McCoy at quarterback for Fairview, 6 of 12 for 46 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Leading rusher was Murray for Fairview. Had a good night, 19 carries, 74 yards. And the big man Harrison, 8 carries for 33 yards. Billingsley, relatively quiet tonight, and that was a key as well. He was held to 5 catches for 43 yards and a touchdown. So once again, Fairview has their 5-game winning streak come to an end. Their 5-3. Independence improves to 5-3.
No shame at all for Fairview tonight. I thought they played a very good game. Again, it was 14-7 there in the third quarter before the numbers game and fatigue set in. All the sophomores they have in this team, all the underclassmen, this is a Fairview squad. Still have plenty to play for this year, but for the next 2 years, this is a team that we're going to be following very closely because they're going to be really good.
No question about it. Jonathan, thank you. Enjoyed it as always. Jonathan Schaefer with us in the booth. My man, Todd Berry, the Bear Man with the stats. Once again, a great job tonight. Adam Johnson taking care of everything here at Independence as our producer and engineer. After this break, we'll come back. We'll head to the studio. Q and Will will be with you to wrap things up on the night here from Independence High School. I'm Joe Fisher. Thanks for joining us. Final score again, Independence 31, Fairview 7 on WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series Championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing. If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling. Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
When you want down-home cooking, just head downtown. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel serves traditional Southern cooking, sourced fresh and local, just like Grandma used to make. Start your day with a Southern smoked breakfast bowl or a Music City omelet. If you're looking for variety, hit the biggest breakfast buffet in Music City or get your fill at the world-famous Biscuit Bar. Kitchen Notes dishes up lunch with traditional Southern tomato pie, country ham, and classic picnic ambrosia. Serving breakfast Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 10:30, and lunch is served 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And Kitchen Notes doesn't forget the brunch crowd. Brunch at Kitchen Notes is every Friday through Sunday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., featuring cast iron pancakes, made-to-order waffles and eggs, and ice-cold carafes of mimosas. Enjoy farm-to-table Southern dishes made from treasured family recipes. Kitchen Notes at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
We are back live. WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week officially comes to an end. Fairview moved up 3 classes out of 3A to come up to the big boys. They played Independence High School. It was all Indy. Eagles flying high, 31-7. But Q Joseph, when you look at this win tonight, week 8, week 9, week 7, 8 rather, correction. Yeah. That's when teams start to step out of region play, homecoming, if you would. A lot of homecoming games happening around week 7, week 8. But Fairview, a lot of young players, a lot of young promising players out there on that squad. So for them to even have a 5-game winning streak with all those sophomores running out there, that's pretty scary for Class 3A for the next 2 years.
Absolutely. Very, very, very scary. I'm still going to use the WNSR factor. Every time Independence is on WNSR, they just get a win. The coach needs to credit us for the win. Because without that, no, I'm kidding. Great job by Independence. And I think, we talked about it at halftime. Turnovers have been the name of the game for both squads, actually. But Independence was able to capitalize.
Yeah, that they were. And I mean, they took advantage of what Fairview gave them at times, and they prevailed. So Independence with the win, 31-7 over Fairview. Both teams go to 5-3 in the opposite direction. Indy improves to 5-3 on the year. Fairview falls to 5-3.
Ends the 5-game winning streak.
Ends the 5-game winning streak. But here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and talk about who Fairview plays next week. They go back into region play versus Sycamore and then end their season versus White House Heritage. Sycamore not doing so hot this year, 1-6 on the year. They are out of Pleasant View, Tennessee. And then Fairview will end the season versus White House Heritage. White House Heritage out of White House, Tennessee, 4-3 on the year. More importantly, 2-0 in the region. For Independence, it is off to Brentwood High School. And right now they're playing a really tough game versus Centennial right now. And the last score I got for that contest, Brentwood 20, Centennial 14. I believe that game is halfway through the final quarter. So if Brentwood can come into that game undefeated, my, oh my, what a wonderful game that will be next week. And it is at home for Brentwood. So Independence will have to travel, not very far, to play Brentwood. They end their season, Independence, at Summit. The Battle of Thompson Station. Both of these teams from Thompson Station, Tennessee. If you haven't been out there, there's a lot of land. So if you're a real estate developer and you're listening to that, hopefully you caught on to that little joke that really wasn't a joke. So what we will do now, it is time to run through our scoreboard, some scores of note, and we'll actually have a coaching interview. We will interview Coach Damian Harris from East Nashville. He took over that program after Jamal Stewart left and went to Centennial. And Coach Stewart is doing some good things out there for the Cougars. But going through our scores, Stratford 40, Maplewood 20. Maplewood yet to get a win this year. 0-8 Stratford, 2-0 in their region, 5-3 overall. The aforementioned Fighting Damian Harris's 42-13 over Cane Ridge. East Nashville with the win. East Robinson shuts out Trousdale County 35-0. Ravenwood 41, Franklin 28. Ravenwood with the win. Page 37. Nashville Overton 6. Springfield struggled versus Hunters Lane. Springfield came out with a 7-point win, 14-7. CPA all over Antioch, 52-14. Antioch stepping out of region play. Clarksville, 62. Kirkwood, 6. So, dramatic pause. West, 8. Anderson County, 7. That game, final. Anderson County, 4-4 on the year. They are the reigning Class 4A state champions. You keep that in your head. Powell, 41. Knoxville Central, 7. Shelbyville, 23. Spring Hill, 16. Last time I checked, that game is in the third quarter. Innsworth, Father Ryan, still going on. Innsworth, 17. Father Ryan, 10. Brentwood Academy, a team with only one win this season. That's still hard to say and sound accurate. The Eagles of Brentwood Academy, a losing season right now, 35-24. That is the current score over Knoxville Catholic. So Brentwood Academy looking for that coveted second win of the year. Pearl Cone all over Greenbrier right now. The Firebirds 35, Greenbrier 0. Pearl Cone will be our Week 10 WNSR MidState Checkdown game of the week. They get Henry County in Week 10, so that's going to be a fun matchup. FRA, Franklin Road Academy, led by second-year head coach Justin Geisinger, who came from Pope John Paul Preparatory School. So right now, 47-20 over a good, albeit record does not show it, Battleground Academy program. FRA 47, Battleground Academy 20. That game in the third quarter. We'd love to hear from the voice of BGA, Bo Kennedy. Don't think we'll get a chance to talk to him tonight. But BGA, like I said, a team that last year their only win was versus Republic, a program that has not won a game this season. So they are struggling, obviously, this year. Have yet to find a victory. We'll go through some more finals. Brainerd 22, Chattanooga Central 20, Gatlinburg, Pittman 49, Claiborne nothing. Nolensville right now. This game is in the third quarter. 12, James Lawson 0. West Carroll 54, Hollow Rock Brewston has not gotten on the board. Stone Memorial York Institute, that game in the second quarter tied at 7. White Station, Kip College out of Memphis. White Station with a 20-point lead over Kip College out of Memphis, 34-14. West Creek, 43. Clarksville Northeast, 0. That game is in the fourth quarter. Hey, anybody out there, I need a score update for Lipscomb Academy, Montgomery Bell Academy. Another team struggling that is a surprise to me. Q Joseph, Montgomery Bell Academy, and Lipscomb Academy both struggling this year, but both of those teams really tough schedules. And I want to say Lipscomb Academy has played two teams out of the state of Tennessee unsuccessful versus both of them, but they played, I want to say week 2, a really tough Saraland team out of Saraland, Alabama, and took overtime, but Lipscomb Academy unable to win that game. Tyner Academy down to McMinn Central, 41-20. That game is in the final stages. Waverly County, 28. McEwen, 14. That game is in the fourth quarter as well. Notre Dame, 35. Cannon County, 15. So Notre Dame with a 20-point lead right now. And Marion County, 14. Forest, 12. That game in the third quarter. So we shall take a break, come back, and we'll have Coach Damian Harris on the line from East Nashville to talk about all the good things going on the east side of Middle Tennessee. This is the WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show. Independence 31, Fairview 7. Take a break. We'll be right back.
It's a Bill King Show.
We are college football centric. That is the sun that warms our planet that we live on. Our planet actually isn't flat or round. It's an oblong spheroid. And we are here to proselytize about it, edify it every day on this here radio show.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on FM.
If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling.
Trusted for creative design and committed to both the function and aesthetics of your smile, Jody Jones Dentistry for 26 years has provided a wide range of general and cosmetic dentistry services along Nashville's Music Row and coming soon to Hermitage and Murfreesboro. The Nashville leader for cosmetic dentistry provides a unique luxury environment for patients who want his famous Hollywood smile. Just ask the country music stars, actors, athlete. Yeah, he was 8 years the dentist for the Predators to display his celebrity smile. To learn more, visit jodyjonesdds.com or call 615-259-5100.
We all know that Nashville life can get hectic. In the middle of all the madness that is life, don't forget to take care of yourself. Treat yourself to Nashville's ultimate relaxation experience at Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel. With services for men and women, Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel is your one-stop shop for full body treatment. Begin your experience in the exquisite relaxation room, then enjoy a full body treatment or even a couples massage before finishing in the salon. Located on the 4th floor of the Omni Nashville Hotel, Makara Spa is Nashville's highest quality self-care oasis. To book your experience or gain information on packages, call Makara Spa today at 615-761-3600. Again, 615-761-3600. Or log on to theomnihotel.com. And with every booking, you'll have free valet parking and rooftop pool access to enjoy the Music City skyline. And through Labor Day, enjoy the 4th floor spa terrace for only $20. Makara Spa at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
Back live, WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. Final. Independence 31, Fairview 7. Both teams go to 5-3. Independence improves to 5-3. Fairview falls to 5-3. They end a 5-game winning streak. And Q Joseph, I mean, let's just be honest. Independence, a 6A school. Fairview, a 3A school that will go to the playoffs, and I'm sure they're going to make life hard for teams. Don't necessarily see them making a deep run into the playoffs.
Right.
But they're going to make you work. It's not going to be easy, especially if you have to go down to Fairview. Have you ever been to Fairview, Tennessee?
I have not.
Yeah. It's an interesting atmosphere. Beautiful place, but just not a beautiful place to come play football, especially if your head is not on in the right place. You can get shipped out.
Well, one of the most interesting things that we've said, we said it jokingly, but it is a fact for the MidState high school checkdown is this is one of the first games in weeks that we didn't have a running clock.
You got a point.
So I'm not saying Fairview laid down. There were obviously things that they could have did much better, but it's not as worse as it could have been. Because again, the story of the night has been turnovers. For both teams. Again, just one team was able to capitalize on. I remember us looking at each other. It's like, dude, another fumble. The ball hit the ground a lot tonight.
It did. And you know what? I look at it like this. There were some obvious improvements made at halftime because going into the midway point, Independence was only up 14. It was 14-0.
Yep.
And poof, you see what happened, or well, in our case, we heard what happened in the second half. So Independence 31, Fairview 7. That was our WNSR MidState Checkdown game of the week. Now, the coach that we have on the line was our Week 4 WNSR MidState Checkdown game of the week. That is first-year head coach Damian Harris. He is the head man in charge at East Nashville. And Coach Harris, you set the bar pretty high. Year 1, 6-2 after 8 games.
Yeah, I don't want to call it luck, but yeah, I try to set the bar high, whatever I do.
Well, that's good. I know for people who don't know you, who is Coach Damian Harris? What is your contributions to this community outside of being a head coach of a really good and traditionally good East Nashville program?
Oh, I'm a UT Martin graduate, 4-year starter from UT Martin. I'm also a Metro kid. Played and started at Pearlcone High School. I won 2 state championships in 96, 97. Actually coached at Pearlcone the last few years as an OC and associate head coach. So now I'm at East Nashville trying to make my own mark.
When you look at this East Nashville program, I mean, we all know that the man that departed was Jamal Stewart. Both of you guys are experiencing some success. You at East Nashville, Coach Stewart at Centennial. What about this East Nashville program stood out to you, and what made you come over? And I believe this is your first head coaching job, correct?
Correct. Yeah, Jamal, he's doing a great job at Centennial right now, and he definitely left some big shoes to fill at East. Going to back-to-back state state championships. That's not easy at all. To even get to a state championship is pretty hard. But truthfully, I mean, like I said, I've been doing it for a while. I first coached at Marshall County for 2 or 3 years. Then I came back to Pearlcone for like the last 15 years. And I think it was just that time for me to step out on my own and become a head coach.
Who were some of your coaching influences? Like when you sit down and you think about this person is the reason why I do what I do.
Well, I've always been able to play for some great coaches. More of Coach Maurice Fitzgerald. I take a lot from him. Just his motivation, how he can motivate kids to play and bring a family atmosphere. And then Coach Tony Burnett, he's helped me out a lot, been a mentor. Just his caring for the kids and how he worked hard to get kids to play hard as well as try to get them in college and stuff. So I've learned a lot from those two.
Well, that's awesome. I know you stated you went to UT Martin, so I'm sure you probably lost a few games to Tennessee State.
Oh, man, yeah. Unfortunately, I did.
And see, I was being petty.
Yes, you definitely is. But I don't think Tennessee State has beat UT Martin in a long time now. So
yeah,
I set the foundation for that.
Yeah, you guys. I don't know how UT Martin does it, but they just go out and find, maybe because where they are in Martin, Tennessee. I mean, you're not that far from Memphis. You're really not that far from Alabama. I feel like you guys are centrally located when it comes to just grabbing play. And then again, I mean, look at Coach Jason Simpson. He's just a damn good coach down there. Let's just be honest.
Yes, they got some great coaches, and they've had great coaches the last few years, and I think that's the difference maker. I like everything that he does. I wish I could get a quarterback like his son. It'll make life a lot better.
We've talked about you as a man and all the good things that you do, and I commend you for being a teacher, for being a coach, a mentor. We need a lot of that, especially in the African-American community, not ruling out any other community, but, you know, more importantly, in the Black community. Let's talk about your team. A lot of talents. Who are some players that have really stood out this year, and who are they off the field?
Well, my team, we actually pretty young, but some of my stud players, I got Malik Boiling. He's a senior DN. He actually got a first pick six last night. Great kid. He's definitely be a D1 type player in college. He has a few offers here and there. And then Jordan Houston, he's another senior linebacker that's been the anchor of our defense. He keeps everybody in tune, as well as Elijah Usher, who's the back end of our defense. He plays safety and he plays corner. So we need some receivers locked down. We usually ask him to, take on that job, and he does well. Offensively, my quarterback, this is his first year ever really playing. He's actually been doing good, managing games, making plays when needed. And I got two sophomore running backs, KJ Johnson and Keelan Anderson, who's been the stars of the team.
Okay. What about your team has stood out to you?
Truthfully, defense. I know I talk a lot about defense. We like to make sure we real physical, play real fast, and be disciplined. If I'm not mistaken, we've had at least an interception every game. So in 8 games, we've had an interception, and out of 8 of those games, we might have had 6 touchdowns on defense alone. So they like to lay their hat. That's what we say.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Were you a former defensive player in your playing days on the collegiate level?
No, I was an offensive guy.
So
I've always loved defense for some reason. Even as an offensive coordinator, I've always been intrigued with defense.
That's awesome. Well, hey, Coach Damian Harris, continued luck throughout this season. It's been fun watching your team week by week. Congratulations on your win last night versus Cane Ridge. You got two pretty tough games, no matter what the record looks like, versus Republic, and ending your season at home versus Stratford. To me, a surprising program. And from what I was told, their quarterback is one of the best kept secrets in the Nashville area. But hey, we got one thing in common. We're both educated by the OVC. That's pretty cool. Appreciate your time, and we shall do this again, Coach Harris. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
No problem. That was Coach Damian Harris, first-year head coach at East Nashville. Didn't really think that the Eagle program would have taken a step back this year when Jamal Stewart left and went on to Centennial. I like what he said. He had some big shoes to fill from a young and very talented head coach. And I think that these are two guys that have an opportunity, if they so choose to coach on the collegiate level. I really see that in these individuals' futures, that if that's what they want.
You can see it in like you said, the success, the early on success. There's levels to this thing. And if you show, good poise now, because again, high schoolers, corralling high schoolers is a little different than, corralling college kids, just a tad bit. Just the football IQ, of a good winning coach, that is needed on the collegiate level, and is expected as well. Because you're thinking about, on the college level, you're thinking about everybody who's All-American, everybody who's state champions, and everybody on the team is a state champion, is an All-American, is a, quarterback of the year, is a linebacker of the year, defensive player of the year. It's when you get to that collegiate level, it's, where if you come from a small town, I think, to reference like Johnny Football, I watched his Netflix special here lately, and he came from a small town where Football was the thing. Everything was handed to him, and, you know, he was good at football. Then he got to college, you know, different level.
He was even better.
Even better. He got the NFL and expected that same college treatment. And, you know, got his bell rung a little bit metaphysically.
I think he just was on a terrible Browns team that didn't really know how to use him. And yeah, no, he wasn't very talented. I'm just going to stop giving Johnny Manziel any leeway because, no, wasn't the most talented quarterback in the NFL. And you know what? He goes down on that long list of starting quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. That's obvious. But at the end of the season, at the end of week 10, we're going to name every starting quarterback that was not Baker Mayfield for the Cleveland Browns. And we're going to see how many of these guys, what they're doing. Obviously, 98% of them are no longer in the league. But
getting Netflix specials, apparently.
No, I wouldn't say all that. The Brady 6 was enough. But what we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll come right back, finish up our WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. Hey, announcers, if your game is done, you want to call in, you're listening, 615-844-5600. Parents, phone lines open up to you as well. We are live from the Strike and Spare Studios. We'll take a break, and we'll wrap this post-game show up. Final score, Independence 31, Fairview 7. WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. Going to break.
Jackson Boone Racing. The youngest driver at age 19 to win the coveted Pro Late Model Series championship at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Jackson Boone Racing. A local kid and Page High graduate who's been winning races since he was 8 years old. Jackson Boone Racing. Come join Red Street Records and Roy's Meat Service, along with the Boone Group, a market leader for your home financing needs. In supporting this rising star, visit JacksonBooneRacing.com to see how you can be a part of the journey and join us running up front. Jackson Boone Racing. If you're looking for something fun to do with family, friends, co-workers, or clients, look no further than Strike and Spare Family Entertainment. Visit any of their 5 Middle Tennessee Strike and Spare Fun Center locations in Hermitage, Donaldson, Tusculum, Hendersonville, or Murfreesboro. With bowling, games, food, drink, and party options for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, roller skating, bungee trampoline, laser tag, and much, much more. All locations of Strike and Spare Family Entertainment are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Check them out online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare Family Entertainment, where fun is bowling. Located at 2705 Nolensville Pike, Southern Trophy has been serving Nashville and Middle Tennessee for over 62 years. Southern Trophy offers a wide array of services like custom-designed awards, cast bronze plaques, etched crystal awards, laser-engraved corporate gifts, promotional items, merch, embroidery, screen printing, signage, and banners. Browse their entire collection online at southerntrophy.com or on Facebook at Southern Trophy. Feel free to give them a call at 615-256-7295. That's 615-256-7295. Southern Trophy. They do their best to help you recognize your best.
Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel downtown is at the heart of Music City. Located within walking distance of the Country Music Hall of Fame, Bar Lines at the Omni is your downtown honky-tonk destination. Watch your team from any seat on their plentiful HD TVs and catch a live show on the Bar Lines stage featuring live music 7 days a week. Bar Lines has the ultimate Southern comfort food. Get started with classic fried green tomatoes or bourbon barbecue wings. Then it's on to the massive Smashville double stack or the world famous Bar Lines grinder. Oh, you've never heard of the Bar Lines grinder? 2 kinds of cheese, lettuce, Dijon, smoked turkey, smoked bacon, smoked ham. Now that's some smoke you want. Local brews and local spirits are on tap at Bar Lines. Take a seat on the patio outside and soak up the rhythm of Music City. Bar Lines at the Omni Nashville Hotel, 5th Avenue, downtown.
You're listening to
You gotta love live radio, don't you, Q Joseph? WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week. Game number 8.
In the books.
It's officially final. Independence 31, Fairview 7. Independence improves to 5-3 on the year. Fairview 5-game winning streak comes to an end. They will fall to 5-3 on the season. Some final scores to report, and then we actually have one more coach to interview. We'll give him some time. That is Coach Jared Sneed. He is also another first-year head coach out at Kenwood High School. We'll get an update on what's going on out there in the Clarksville area. But Nolensville, 27, Lawson, 0. Stone Memorial York Institute still tied at 7. West Creek, 43, Northeast, 0. Haywood, 35, Hardin County with the lead, 42-35. That game is in the fourth quarter. Boyd Buchanan over Lakeway Christian, 34-22. Johnson County, 12. Chucky Doak, 3. McKenzie, 49. Houston County, 0. Fayette Academy, 14. Tipton Rosemark, 3. McMinn Central, Tyner Academy. McMinn Central with a 21-point lead right now, 41-20. Sycamore 41, Cheatham County 15. That game has gone final. Harpeth 48, Joe Burns has not gotten on the board, down by 28. Melrose, Memphis Melrose to be exact, 49-0 over Ridgeway right now. Warren County 42, Tullahoma 7. Covington 42, Liberty Tech 6. Brentwood Academy in the fourth quarter down to Knoxville Academy 44-35. Lenore City 14, Clinton 7. That game is in the final quarter. Shelbyville 44 and Spring Hill 16. That game is in the final stages as well. And a final to report, Brentwood continues on undefeated. They beat Centennial 28-21. Innsworth holds on to defeat Father Ryan 17-10. Father Ryan, a team having a really good season as well. They won the coveted Bishop's Cup over Pope John Paul Preparatory School. I want to say that was in week 2, maybe week 3. But Father Ryan has not held on to that cup for 5 years, and it goes back to Father Ryan High School for the 2023 year. Final score to give out, and we'll get into our next interview. Notre Dame 42, Cannon County 15. So we go from one first-year head coach to another. This one, head coach Jared Sneed down at Kenwood. Hey, Coach Sneed, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Man, life is good, man. Heard you got your little one in the car. So kudos to you being a father, a coach, a mentor, all those other good things.
All the above.
All the above, man. A 360 man. Let's talk about your program, your first year at Kenwood High School. What's going on?
I mean, like, we're just trying to get better, man. Trying to change the culture, trying to learn how to practice, learn how to close out games, learn how to win. You know, once we get those things taken care of, you know, we'll be okay.
When you say learn how to practice and change the culture, talk about that. I mean, a new generation of students. I know being around a lot of, teenagers, they tend to overanalyze. I'm not saying that's what's going on in practice, but continue to harp on about learning how to practice. Talk about the strategy and philosophy behind that. I don't think a lot of people truly understand the art of practicing.
Well, I mean, it's the age-old adage that, you play how you practice. Practice is supposed to be intense. Practice you're supposed to compete. In practice you're supposed to, push each other to get better. With your teammates, push each other to get better. Just get reps. Learning how to move through a practice, learning how to, we're running through every drill, moving through every drill. Everything is done with a purpose. Everything is done meticulously. just learning how to understand that concept. And what you do in practice, very much well shows in the game situation. You practice throughout the week to prepare for different scenarios, different situations you might be in throughout the game. And if you practice it and you practice well, efficiently, then 9 times out of 10 you do better in the game as well because you've practiced those specific scenarios and what to do in different situations.
Your team started off 0-5.
Yeah.
You're now on a 2-game winning streak. More importantly, you're sitting at 2-2 in your region. You have Dixon County, Kirkwood, and Rossview to end the season. What has happened to your team in week 6 and in week 7 that has caused them to, you said practice.
Yeah, practice. Learning how to practice. Luckily for us, we had our bye smack dab in the middle of the season. 5 games, had a bye, and then, we have our next set of 5 games. That allowed us, to get healthier. We got some key guys back. Having that week with no game, we were able to focus on some fine details in practice, able to make some adjustments that we had been wanting to make. And like I said, just getting our guys, getting our mindset back right, understanding like, hey, if this is a goal that we have to make the playoffs, if this is the goal that we have to change our season around, this is what we need to do. At the end of the day, coaches coach for a reason, players play for a reason. Just do what you're coached to do. As coaches, it's our job to put our guys in the right place to make plays. And as our kids, as our players, it's their job to make the plays once they're put in the right place. So let's just do what you're coached to do. It takes all 11 working together, for it to achieve a common goal. And that's, of course, to win the game. But in order for that to happen, everybody has to play at the same pace, same tempo, same speed, same intensity, and working together as a unit. Just learning how to do that, learning how to trust the person beside you.
I know you and I, we spoke week 1 before your Franklin Road Academy game. That game, didn't go in your favor. But I know you talked about a few stud guys. I know one is a middle linebacker. Talk about this young man and the contributions that he has made to the team as the season has progressed.
Well, just being a leader. We played last night. Last night he rushed for a touchdown. I had a receiving touchdown, and he had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. So, that kind of speaks on the impact he has on our team and what he brings to our team. In most cases, the team feeds off of his energy, feeds off of his leadership as well. When he gets going, he gets everybody else moving as well.
I know you have some fairly good wide receivers out there as well. I know we had talked about in week 1 that they last year struggled against press coverage. How is your core group of wide receivers doing this year?
Well, that was one of the injuries we had. One of our guys just got back the week before last, so he missed the first 5 games of the season. So we were really excited to get him back. And like I said, just being close to full strength, with our guys, with our playmakers. One of the major problems we had, especially with having a young squad, is that, they're not strong enough. But, this offseason, they worked hard. We still lift weights throughout the season, just trying to, maintain and or, build our strength. That's a big part of football right there. Being jammed at the line of scrimmage, if you're not strong enough to get off of it, well, hey, the play is shot. Timing's thrown off. But being able to understand how to get off of that, having the strength to be able to get off of that, be able to muscle your way through, contact changes the course of a game as well.
And we're talking about Christian James and J.D. Davis, your 2 sophomore wide receivers. And Freddie Ellis, you said he had multiple touchdowns in your last game, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go after this quote, and I want you to talk about this. You stated early on this season, Clarksville is good, but being Tennessee good means more. Do you feel like your team is approaching that being Tennessee good mark?
I mean, we still got a ways to go. As far as like this. Right now we have 5 seniors. With those 5 seniors, one of them, as far as weightlifting, can match up with a lot of our competition. When you start playing teams where the entire O-line benches over 250, squats over 400, 500, that's being able to compete. It's funny. I kind of tell my guys I dislike 7-on-7s to a point because, we can be great in 7-on-7, but what matters is those dogs in the trenches. When you have those dogs in the trenches, that is what determines the outcome of a game. We have a great quarterback, but he can't throw off his back. We have some speed, but, speed alone can't get past, get loose. So we got to have, different components, different pieces together to, help us out to where our athletes can get into space.
Well, Coach, appreciate you coming on, and good luck to you for the rest of the season. And I can't wait to watch what happens here at Kenwood High School. So we're on the line with Coach Jared Sneed. Thanks for your time, and go Knights.
Hey, I appreciate you now.
No problem. Well, that was Coach Jared Sneed, another first-year head coach down in Clarksville. And, he and I haven't had time to talk as much as the season has matriculated, but it's good to see what's going on down in Clarksville. People know a lot of good teams down there, a lot of good teams. But I promise you, I think this Kenwood team, they have potential. And I think within a few years, good things are coming. And really, this is a 6A program that probably shouldn't be a 6A program, but because of, busing issues at times last year with some of these teams in Clarksville, because they do have to travel to Middle Tennessee to play football. So a lot of schools moving up into 6A, just so we won't have a lot of transportation issues. But that's a whole nother story for another week. We only have a couple of seconds before we have to take it off the air. But this is the WNSR MidState Checkdown Game of the Week post-game wrap-up show. Independence 31, Fairview 7. For Will Brown, Q Joseph, this is Will Brown saying good night and so long. Tomorrow, 8 to 9, Prep Football Talk. Tune in.
Thank you for listening to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week. Make sure to follow WNSR on Twitter at Nash Sports Radio and on Facebook at Nashville Sports Radio for highlights of tonight's game. The MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Strike and Spare Family Fun Center, Jackson Boone Racing, the Omni Nashville Hotel, Jody Jones Dentistry, Southern Trophy House. Thank you for listening to the MidState Checkdown High School Football Game of the Week on Nashville's home for high school football. WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
560 AM, 95.9 FM, Brentwood, Nashville, 107.9 FM, Smyrna, Nashville's first 24 hours